Well, hello to all the wonderful podcasters out there, wherever in the world you're listening right now. We truly appreciate it. Dana here. Yeah, I'm a sports junkie, I'm a wing lover, and of course a Smart Club member because I trust my home comfort to standard heating and air conditioning, and I really think you should too. Right now it's HVAC Mania, and these deals will help offset the cost when your brackets get busted. You can score a $45 coupon on a furnace tune-up, normally $148. And no, it's never too late to show your furnace some love. And if your system's about to crash out like a 5-seat against a 12, now's the time to replace it on your schedule with 0% financing from Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. Go to standardheating.com and mention 93X. Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, providing the comfort you deserve since 1930.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show. 93X.
Oh, hell. Here we go. Good morning. It is grand to be on hand. Day 2 of your traditional 5-day work week here on the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show. South of here, I heard some of you got your ass kicked by thunderstorms that rolled on through, so we have our fingers crossed that you folks down there are able to locate all of your belongings.
Yeah, a couple of tornadoes, some hail that was plowable, I was reading.
Whoa.
Testicle-sized hail.
Gosh, we only got like 10 minutes of rain.
We barely got anything either.
I was excited for, a little bit of a thunderstorm. Nothing like that, though.
From areola to testicle-sized hail is the story I heard. That came falling from the sky south of here. If it sent you running for your lives, we hope everything turned out all right and your valuables are all accounted for.
What irritates me the most is we put away our outdoor cushions for no reason. And that's, for some reason, that's just such a bitch to do. I hate doing that.
That's smart. I've never once done that. Maybe that's why our cushions are so absolutely disgusting.
I'm afraid of mold growing in them because of that.
Apparently, I'm not afraid of mold. They're gross. We actually need some new ones.
Somebody's doing all right around here. Couple people doing all right. Outdoor cushions.
Oh, yeah, baby.
I'll be damned.
Only for, I think, 2 out of 6 of the chairs, though.
Well, that's how the other half lives.
Yeah, we've only got one little couch thing that's got 2 cushions on it, and those have been there for probably 10 years.
Oh, I like those little couch things.
Ashley and Cubby over here, I was eavesdropping on a conversation they were having off air. Ashley and Josh were jaw-jacking about filing income taxes. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but all that mess has to be sent in by tomorrow?
Yeah, writing a check for tomorrow.
Okay. Of course, getting your taxes sent in is notorious for being one of the most common things we put off until the last possible minute. I'm surprised to hear, Josh, that you're still working on it with 24 hours to go. You are usually the type of cat that gets things out of the way months ahead of time.
Well, it's been done for months, but when I have to pay in, I'll wait to it comes out automatically, but I scheduled it for the day it's due. I'd rather not pay early if I don't have to.
Sure,
yeah.
Just in case of emergency.
Yeah, but it's been done.
You're the type of guy that does some of his Christmas shopping in the summer.
Yeah, I already got your birthday present,
Which
I got, I think, I don't know, maybe a couple months ago.
If you're not familiar, my birthday comes around in 5 months. That's a true story.
September.
That's a true story. 5 months to go.
You're such a great friend.
He already has your birthday presents for 2027, 2028, and 2029. Let's be honest.
Dana, I got your birthday and Christmas present planned out. True story. Sitting in my Amazon cart right now, baby.
Amazing. You're a beauty.
Filing the income taxes. Right. One of the things that we notoriously wait or put off until the last possible minute. Paying the bills is another. Ooh, I was terrible at paying the bills on time when I was a young person. I'm telling you, the lights would go out.
Oh, you waited that long.
They would
Okay.
cut the power.
Wow. Yeah, I just
And that's when it occurred to me that I hadn't paid the bills. A lot of this was unintentional. A lot of this was just straight up presence of mind and preparation. I would be sitting in my apartment or townhouse and the lights would go out. And that's when it would dawn on me, Jesus balls, I haven't paid a bill around here in months.
Well, in your defense, I think a lot more people would be in that boat if it wasn't for all the online billing. That makes things a lot easier.
I love it.
Yeah.
It goes. Everything is scheduled.
I had collection agencies after me.
And you have the money. You're just forget. That's awesome.
It was strictly absent-mindedness. But that was many, many years ago. I remember one particular year when I was young, getting in line with all the rest of the jabronis at the post office, trying to throw that envelope with my prepared income taxes, trying to fire that envelope into the mailbox before it hit midnight.
I remember those days.
Yeah, one year I was in such bad shape with, being prepared for filing taxes that there I was in the long 3 or 4 block long line to the mailbox.
Oh, I'm so glad
But I was,
you don't have to do that
like
now.
I said, I was way worse than that when it came to paying for the electricity, paying for the water, paying for the cable. I just I could not get a handle on it. And I don't know how many telephone calls I had to make to have them start these services back up again for me.
Yeah, I've never had to do that, thankfully. I would feel such shame.
What else do we wait until the last minute to get a handle on? Can you come up with anything?
Some people certainly. I've got a middle schooler. He'll wait to the last second to do his homework, no matter what.
Homework?
Yeah, I know. We, like in our household, we all have.
At least he's doing it, right?
Well,
How's he
now,
doing it, though?
a couple of years ago, it wasn't quite like that.
I mean, some kids never even come close to doing homework. So.
No, we'd get like an email saying, hey, your son hasn't done any homework all year, despite the fact every single day I ask him about it. Sometimes I'll have him even show it to me, and he'd have it done, but it just wouldn't turn it in. That drove me nuts the most. I told him, I'd rather have you just not do it versus get it done and not turn it in, and then they don't accept it.
Yeah, why waste that time?
I don't get it.
Even when you were a kid, were you that type to have all of that stuff done far ahead of time?
Yeah, I usually would get stuff done, and I still am that way, where as soon as it's assigned, I'll make sure I get it done, just so I don't forget or run out of time.
Wow, I was not that type.
Yeah, you were spot on, prepared, got everything done ahead of time, even when you were a kid.
I worry I'll get out of control, where if I don't do it, all of a sudden I'll go, this feels pretty good, pushing this thing off, and then just decide I'm not going to do it.
Wow.
Yeah, you're probably right.
So I have to get it done immediately.
What a bright child you were. You want to know a sad story? A couple of years ago, okay, so my sister's got a kid. That kid is pushing 17 years old now. A couple of years ago, it was the first day of summer vacation for this kid. And I happened to be on the telephone with my sister that morning, the morning of the first day of summer vacation. And just out of curiosity, I said, what's the kid up to? And the kid, who was 15 at the time, was in her bedroom preparing schoolwork for the next school year.
Oh, wow.
No,
She spent the first. You want to talk about a kid who cares and a kid who wants to be prepared for their scholastic career? The morning of the first day of summer vacation, she was awake at 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning, preparing things for day one of the following school year.
Number one answer on text, what they wait to the last minute to do, pull out.
Oh, my God.
Be careful there.
Over and over and over that text is coming in, and a few people have said it's led to babies. For
Yeah,
them.
I
They
know
waited
some
too
of those
long.
babies. You got to be careful.
There is something quite exciting about waiting until the very right?
I can give you just one more. I got one more in me.
That's such a dangerous game to play.
I used to play see how long I could hold my pee, and that didn't go well for me pretty much ever. That's why I had to bring an extra pair of pants to school.
Here are some. I love the pant wetting stories. I do. Here are some other things that people wait to do until the very last minute. Cleaning the house before guests arrive. Okay, I suppose. Packing for a trip.
Yeah, I'm very last minute on that. But I mean, you don't really have a choice though, because like, I don't feel like it's complete. Like I don't feel like it's necessary to complete it until I can put my toiletries in there. And you never can until the next day you shower and all that.
Don't forget your passport.
I just buy clothes when I get there and throw them away when I come back home. Isn't that what you're supposed to do?
You buy clothes when you get to
I bring nothing.
Oh.
I buy an entire wardrobe when I get there,
That's
and then
crazy.
I throw it away before I come back home.
Some people that's so insane that some people do that.
What? Some people actually do that?
Oh my gosh, yeah. Notoriously men. Because
What?
they're like, yeah, I'm going to pack like 3 shirts and 2 pairs of shorts, and they're going somewhere for 2 weeks.
Oh, I do that. That's how I do it. I was joking. I thought, wait a minute, did I tap into something here that people actually do?
So I don't know if they throw them away when they come back, but they definitely like get there and they're like, yeah, now I'll buy some clothes. Like, what are you doing? Just go prepared.
I mean,
It's not that hard.
I bought like a novelty shirt saying, hey, I was here in Jamaica or something like that.
Right, and then how many times do you actually wear that shirt? At least in my experience, when I buy like something touristy, I never wear it again. It just rots in my closet.
I did have a buddy once. We had a wedding in Cleveland to go to, and he was too lazy to pack a suit. So he went there to the wedding with just knowing that he would go find a thrift store, buy a suit, and then he threw it away in the hotel after the wedding.
Yeah.
He threw it away.
See, that's such a dude thing.
It was like
You'd think it would be
a
women.
$9 suit from Goodwill.
I thought I was kidding. I guess people are doing that.
This list I'm looking at is basically, for me personally, I mean, the title is Things People Wait to Do Until the Last Minute. For me personally, I could change the title to Things That Would Never Happen if it wasn't for my wife. Filing taxes is one of them. She handles that. I don't hear a word about it. I mean, I'm one lucky sumbitch when it comes to things like this. She handles it all herself. It's second nature to her. She's just skilled with that type of stuff. What else could I add to this? Things that would never happen if it wasn't for my current relationship. Paying bills. I don't pay any of the bills. She handles that with the computer.
She is very organized.
I'm kind of jealous that she just gets to do it all because me and my husband both like take care of things, but that kind of like I wish I could just take care of all of it.
Does
Yeah.
it confuse the operation that 2 people are in the kitchen?
Yes.
Too many cooks in the kitchen? Well, would you take on all of that responsibility just to ease any distractions? Or
Yes, I would like to do that kind of stuff.
Well, Jesus, you think he's not going to fight you on that? Go ahead and volunteer.
No, I think he would. He likes to have a sense of like control in that way too.
Oh. I don't know anybody who would fight that. Josh, if your wife said, hey, look, I'm handling all the bills, all the RSVPing to events, I'm handling every effing thing as far as paperwork go, would you fight that?
I don't want to say.
What do you mean?
Let's just
Well,
say,
no. Let's say she knew how to do all those things.
like if she was really organized.
I'm getting the message that she does not know how to do any of those things.
She's capable of that, but she is very much I'll wait till 2 minutes after the last minute type of person to do stuff.
Has she had the lights go out?
Well, she grew up in a house like that. And also, like her mom is really about experiences and that kind of thing, so maybe she's doing it right. But she would choose, we'll go to Disneyland, but we don't have heat for the winter. You know, that kind of thing.
So you don't trust her?
I would think some mistakes would be made.
Oh.
I'd imagine she would agree.
That kind of sounds like a conversation me and my husband had last night, Josh, because we found out how we waited to the last minute to do our taxes, and we found out how much we were getting back, and I was like, well, with some of the money, we should at least do something fun. Why not? And he was like, being like very realistic, and was like, no, we should pay that off and pay that off and pay that off, and I was like, well, you're no fun.
See, maybe it does take 2 of you. A couple different philosophies on how to use that.
Yeah.
Army Mailman Jesus brings up a great point that I didn't consider before. if you wait until the last minute, it only takes a minute. Right? Sometimes you spend a whole lot of time on something, but why not just make it take 1 minute?
Yeah, I mean, vacations, trips. You know, we mentioned waiting until the last minute to pack. My wife has planned trips in the past for us. I wouldn't even know where to begin. I'm 54 years old. I've never bought an airplane ticket. I wouldn't even know how to do it.
It's annoying.
I just bought my first airplane ticket last year, and then we did it again this year. I was I think I reached out to your wife. Your wife even told us where to go.
She knows all that stuff.
Oh,
that's
cool.
what she. That's
I'll
kind of
have to hit her up.
It's more. I mean, it's more or less what she's done for a living for 30 years.
There's so many ways to buy those tickets now. I don't know what the best way to go is, and so she helped with that. Does she have any connections to Padres tickets? We're looking to go to a Padres game. Do I go on their website, or is that kind of like, certain places you go to are way more expensive than if you went to a third-party not realtor, but retailer, that kind of thing.
Oh, yes, yeah.
She could make a telephone call or two. I bet she could, by damn.
Now, here's someone that says they usually pay their bills with the computer, and then they throw away the computer. So they have to buy a new computer every month.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of us are procrastinators, no question. I still am. But it's just I've got that safety net now. Whatever I miss, she's got it nailed.
It is funny how, I do get emails anytime we have a training around here from the boss going, can you please ask your coworkers to get this done? It's due today, or it's due Wait, does he ever reach out to you guys?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I just thought of that. Wait, why am I?
The little sexual harassment training videos.
Yeah, a lot of it's lately cybersecurity.
I miss out on a lot of that until the last minute. If you're a procrastinator, you wait until the last minute to schedule appointments like the doctor or the dentist. Yeah, that's something that I have no part in.
Well,
I just get told when my next appointment is.
I've gone to a couple different dentists in the last, decade. And they usually plan your next appointment while you're there.
Yeah, that's slick of them to do that.
Oh, yeah, that I have experienced that, where they ask you.
Maybe you can't look that far ahead in your schedule, but for me, it's the same every day. So
sure, I agree to the date whether or not I know it's available, just to get me out of there. Yeah, that's how I approach that. Are you good on Tuesday, July 15th at 3 p.m.? Yeah, absolutely.
I remember in my 20s waiting until the very last second to fill my tank up with gas, and then usually only put $5 or $10 in it, whatever I could afford at the time.
Yeah, I'm really guilty of doing that, and I think it's gonna cause my husband to have an aneurysm at this point because
Stretching it out.
He's like, you literally have the money to fill it up, and I was like, I know, but for some reason I feel better about being 15 here, 20 there.
I did notice that when you said you went to the gas station one day and you only got a certain amount, and I was like, oh, is it kind of tight till the next check? No.
I'm just weird. I don't know what's wrong with me. He even asked, did your parents teach you to be this way? We'll go to Target and I won't get the biggest pack of paper towels, even though we're going to always need more paper towels.
Yeah, so I always get backups, everything.
And I'm like, no, my mom was, she always bought huge in bulk. He's like, I don't know what's wrong with you.
There are times actually I've been in the gas pump where I've gotten impatient because it's going so slow. I'm like, all right, that's good enough, whatever.
Oh, really?
Yeah, maybe that has something to do with it.
You're looking for San Diego Padres tickets, and I just got done telling you how my wife is the most organized person in the world and handles all of the behind-the-scenes stuff at our household with the bills and the appointments. And I never have to come anywhere near that stuff. You're looking for San Diego Padres tickets. It just dawned on me, Josh, my wife used to date Manny Machado.
Did she?
Yeah.
So she probably has a connection?
Oh, absolutely. Like I said, at least she could make a telephone call. Oh, but there's one thing that she does not prepare for, and that's automobile-related things. Sometimes we will get in her car, and we're having to go Summers, and I noticed that needle has pretty much pushed the E down to the very bottom of the dashboard. The vehicle is choking, sputtering as we get to the. You couldn't fill up with gas? We're fine, she says. We'll be fine. We're only going across town. The vehicle is struggling as we speak. She doesn't pay very close attention to automobile-related things.
I had one of those cars that would tell you, like, down to the last mile.
Oh, yeah.
And that was probably the worst thing that ever happened to me. Now I have a vehicle where if it's, like, under 32, it just says low. So I kind of have to guess and do the math in my head.
I don't even know if I have that just because I never let it get that low. I mean, it'll say you have a certain amount, but I'm always afraid it's going to be off, and it's just going to say psych as I'm pulling over to the side of the road because I ran out of gas.
I never let it get that low, but my wife does. Absolutely. Down to the last eighth of a mile.
Oh, I've rolled my car into a gas station at 0 miles left.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Well, you guys, I ran out of gas like 2 years ago.
Oh, that's right.
This is why.
I almost had to come rescue you.
Never had that problem.
I mean,
This is
certainly
exactly why.
When it was tough, paying your bills and stuff like that's tough, and every penny counts. I've had to wait, like, okay, it's payday.
Oh, sure.
That kind of thing. But yeah, I know, okay, I can put by the way, it was like $60-some to fill up my tank yesterday. That's But when okay, I could pay for this tank of gas, there's no way I'd not fill it all the way up. I get nervous if it's like at a quarter of a tank. I think, why'd I wait so long? What's wrong with me? I should have filled this thing up.
2 of my buddies had a near-death experience because one of them wasn't paying attention to the gas gauge. They went ice fishing in Tuktoyaktuk, Canada, or some 1,000 miles away Antarctic. You're isolated on some massive sheet of ice, and they're driving back to civilization from this god-awful location where they went ice fishing. One guy falls asleep in the passenger seat, and he even said before he went to sleep, keep an eye on the gas. We got about 4.5 hours between gas stations here. Keep an eye on the dude who was asleep in the passenger, and it's about 53 below zero. He wakes up at one point. Where are we? Oh, we're just 100 miles south of, Bare Testicles, Canada, right? Looks at the gas gauge. That pig's on E. Hey, dumbass, I told you to keep an eye on the gas. So they were damn near stranded in 50 below weather.
Oh, my gosh.
Because one guy was cranking up the Bob Seger or something and not paying attention to the guy in the passenger seat. Woke up and said, if we don't find a gas station, we're going to die out here. You realize that, but they got lucky. They made it.
All right, people are texting in and saying that that's like really bad on your fuel pump.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, you probably just changed my life. I'm going to stop doing that now.
It'll pop like a zit on prom night.
Steel Monkey Jesus said E stands for enough. Okay, I always heard it was empty. He might be more of a car guy.
Yeah, he knows his thing or two.
Ashley, the nice thing about always, filling up sooner is I can choose gas stations if they're on my way versus having to make a left and the gas station's on the other side of the road. I can be that selective about the gas station.
I am jealous of that, especially because one of the gas stations by my house, if I stop there in the morning, I don't know what's going on. This is completely unrelated to what we're talking about, but there's this person that like will stop in the parking lot and then look at me and then leave. So I definitely need to stop having to get gas in the morning.
Oh, yeah, you've told us about that.
I don't know what's going on. I'm so scared.
Somebody's looking at you?
It's so weird. I'm like, what are they doing?
And you do it before work?
Yeah.
Oh, I couldn't even do that.
What did you say, Josh? What about gas stations?
I said if you're the luxury of, where a quarter tank is, that's too low in my opinion.
Yeah.
Is I can only stop at whatever gas station I want versus it's an emergency. I have to go to the closest gas station. There you go.
Station. Exactly. Oh, cripes. You mentioned earlier that your son, more importantly, my godson, not the greatest student. Is that pretty much the gist of what you were saying?
Yeah, it's an understated way to put it.
Sometimes he even completes his homework and then doesn't turn it in.
He's getting better at that. But, yeah, that drove me nuts.
He just forgets to turn it in?
I don't know. He's just too excited to move on to Fortnite or whatever he's doing.
One of my greatest teenage flip-outs involved something similar. I was an awful student, barely graduated. I mean, it was obvious. They got me out of there just because they could. Ninth grade, I failed, but they pushed me on. Senior year, they could have kept me if they wanted to. They didn't. They pushed me. They graduated me. When I was a senior, I was struggling like hell, failing this particular class. I don't remember what it was. But I was warned many times, you got to do something. Show us some effort, and we'll try to help you best we can. So I sat down one night, and I actually did the homework assignment. Brought it to class the next day, and this teacher who I did not get along with at all, and in this case, I'll blame myself usually, but in this case, this woman was such a pain in the ass. So she says, okay, time to turn in your assignments. I had the damn thing completed in my overstuffed book bag. I couldn't find it. And what the hell? I know I did this, right? I'm sifting through all this garbage in my backpack. Everyone else in class turns in their assignment. 2 minutes afterwards, I finally find it. And I say, here it is. And she said, you might as well just throw that in the garbage. I said, what are you talking about? She said, I already collected everyone's homework.
Oh, you bitch.
Right. And I said, are you joking? She said, no. And I said, let me get this straight. I finally did something. I finally completed some homework by your request. Like, you told me, show some effort, and I finally did something, and now you're not going to accept it? She goes, it's too late. 2 minutes overdue. I had a little teenage pant wetting. I got up out of my chair. I swept her desk. You know what I mean?
Dude.
Yeah. I swept all of the... it's 1989, so she didn't have a computer up there, but all of her books, her purse, everything she had on her desk, I swept it off the desk, and I said, kiss my ass. You're a bitch.
Honestly, that would piss me off so much.
And
I understand the reaction.
She did this to me. Excuse me? And I said, you friggin' heard me, bitch. I went over to the door, I opened it up, and I slammed it as hard as I could. I got thrown out of that class.
Yeah.
But that was one of my biggest meltdowns was I had it done, didn't turn it in on time.
I think I understand because I also have a short temper. I probably would have flipped over a desk.
It felt so good clearing her coffee cup and everything. Just,
Every other kid is just sitting in their desk like,
I remember, what's funny is before I slammed the door, I remember the eyeballs on my classmates were just wide-eyed at this silly little pant pooing that I...
Good news, Nick, to go back to, I was telling you I need some Padres tickets. We're going to San Diego at the end of the month.
Right.
You had mentioned your wife dated Manny Machado. She's got a connection.
And Dave Winfield.
And I just got a text from my mother-in-law. She got to third base with Tony Gwynn.
oh,
So she's in contact with his family. He's passed on. May he rest in peace.
God rest his soul.
you've got some hookups.
Yeah, still tight with a couple of his cousins. So we're good to go.
Members of the Gwynn family.
Correct.
All right, let's move on, Skis. What a crowd we got out there. Can you feel the vibe, Josh?
Yeah, it's vibing. That's the new word, right? Vibe. I hear people say that. Ashley said
Oh,
that
is that
just yesterday.
new?
Putting on
yeah.
a vibe.
Oh,
I use that quite a bit.
Doesn't affect
Certainly
me.
not new, but I hear it now.
I've been a vibe guy from day one. I actually get some negative text messages telling me to stop saying vibe, but I can't help it. I also say word too often.
Do you really?
Anyway, what?
People are saying don't say vibe?
Yes, they texted me to tell me that I say it too often, and they're right. I've been saying it over and over again for decades. Again, to those of you south of here who might have a little mess to clean up, sorry about that, and we're here to support you all the way. Sorry about the southern part of you kind of got your ass kicked last night. That sucks. We'll get our time, I'm sure, before the season is out up here in the Metro. We'll take a little break. We'll go headlong into the stupid news when we come back on the Half-Assed Morning Show.
Half-Assed Morning Show. 93X.
Well, hello to all the wonderful podcasters out there, wherever in the world you're listening right now. We truly appreciate it. Dana here. Yeah, I'm a sports junkie, I'm a wing lover, and of course a Smart Club member because I trust my home comfort to Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, and I really think you should too. Right now it's HVAC Mania, and these deals will help offset the cost when your brackets get busted. You can score a $45 coupon on a furnace tune-up, normally $148. And no, it's never too late to show your furnace some love. And if your system's about to crash out like a 5-seat against a 12, now's the time to replace it on your schedule with 0% financing from Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. Go to standardheating.com and mention 93X. Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, providing the comfort you deserve since 1930.
Years of hard work, and now you've got pain in your back, your shoulders, your knees, maybe your joints. You need help. Randy Shaver here with the answer. Dave Bialke. He's got over 30 years experience in getting workers' compensation benefits for people just like you. Don't suffer. Call Bialke Law today. 763-571-2410 or go to bialkelaw.com. That's BIALKE law.com. And it spells relief for you.
Stupid news on the Half-Assed Morning Show.
Hey! Got to get myself organized over here for the Stupid News Report. It's time to kick that right in the ass. Man, we will. Let me ask you something right from the friggin' get-go. You folks like to go out to eat?
Definitely.
Yes.
Well, I actually more pick it up or have it delivered versus going out to eat. I like to stay home.
Yeah, I like a little bit of both. Didn't you go out twice yesterday? Was that yesterday? Or was that
Talking to me?
last week? Yeah.
Friday.
Oh, wow.
I went and met a buddy I hadn't seen in a long time, and then we had a birthday dinner.
Yeah, I was so jealous. I was like, you get 2 really good meals in one day.
Oh, sure. I enjoy going out summers.
And I guess we did hit up a sandwich joint last night, which is pretty cool.
I love a good meal at a fair price just as much as the next guy.
Jersey Mike's?
Huh?
I was asking Josh. Jersey Mike's?
I don't want to say because we had a bad experience. They're always in a bad mood at this place, and my goal is to make them happy.
Oh, darn.
Do you do that in every situation?
Try and make somebody happy?
At work, when someone's not feeling good, you take it upon yourself to try to make them happy. You go out to eat, the waiter's not feeling good, you take it upon yourself to make them happy.
Well, I think maybe all they need is a smile in their day, right? Maybe something's going on. They got something going on. I don't necessarily know that they need to treat other people poorly, but yesterday, this dude wanted to finish a portion of his podcast before he started helping anybody.
Oh, my Lord.
I'd never seen something like that before, and I figured, this must be some good stuff, whatever's going on.
Someone behind the counter at a sandwich shop was recording a podcast?
No, he was listening to one.
Oh.
And so he was kind of standing.
Did you think that he was doing
No, I thought he was listening to it.
Yeah.
I'm picturing somebody working at a sandwich shop being like, hold on, I got to finish my sandwich podcast.
That's exactly what happened.
I thought he had his own podcast.
Well, at first he kind of looked over and saw there were people there and just kind of didn't do anything. And I figured, maybe he's wrapping up a phone call because I heard somebody talking. And then
So he's listening through the speaker?
Yeah, it was like a speaker, right?
Oh, because I've seen people working cash registers that wear earbuds. They're just listening to whatever they're listening to while they ring you up.
Oh, is that right?
I've never seen somebody just straight up from the speaker of the phone listening to a podcast.
Yeah, it was then there's a minute goes by, maybe another minute, and he kind of puts up his finger.
No way.
Nobody was being rude, but
he gave you the hang on a second signal?
Just a second. He was into whatever he was listening to.
And so you took it upon yourself to try to help this person also?
I was very friendly to the gentleman.
You're very friendly.
Did you tip him?
Yeah. He didn't seem like he was in too good of a mood, I can tell you that much.
Some people can't be helped, Josh. Are you aware of that?
You've told me, yes.
Some people can't be helped. I
mentioned
fear that you're going to exhaust yourself in your professional and your personal life by trying to fix everybody.
Maybe you're on something. It's not really trying to fix them. It's just, I'm going to be polite to them, and maybe that they'll realize the world doesn't suck as bad as they think it does.
Yes, but it does.
By the way, there's a couple people that live by me, and they know exactly where I'm talking about. It must be a bad place to work because there's two people in particular that are. One person is incredibly rude. I told you guys this before. I got her to smile once. It was awesome. One of the best days of my life. But then some lady came in and ruined it.
What'd you say? Did you say, hey, babe, give me a smile?
Yeah. You know, what I said specifically was, you're a lot prettier when you smile.
Yeah.
They love that.
Yeah. Women love that. Try it out.
Yeah.
And if they get mad, just tell them to calm down, and they will. They'll calm down.
I'm trying to get people killed out here.
Yeah, hopefully the sarcasm's coming through, but you're right. That might get somebody killed.
Going on out to eat. I enjoy it. How about this now? Do you know anybody who goes out to eat, but they're somehow never satisfied
Oh, yeah.
by their meal or the service or some damn thing? There's always some little thing that they have to bitch about. This has too much salt, or that isn't cooked exactly perfectly the way they want it. You know some of those people?
100%.
Thankfully, no.
It's hard for me to understand because, I mean, if there was a stretch of time, I've gotten better at it now, where if they brought me the wrong food, I would just accept it and eat it because I didn't want to bother them, even though that's their job.
There's an old joke where a waiter walks up to a table full of people and says, "Is anything all right?" So, you know the type. They nitpick the poor waiter or waitress to death about every little thing. Drives me up a wall, personally. I say if you're that effing high maintenance, then stay home and cook all of your own meals, or just keep all of your personal issues to yourself when you're out for dinner. God forbid you asked for only 11 croutons and the cook had the gall to throw 12 onto your stupid salad. Here's a whole nother level, as they say. When it comes to acting like an entitled child when you're out to eat, a 33-year-old gal, even her name screams spoiled pain in the ass. Imanique is the name. By God, it is. She got a hold of her neighborhood Subway restaurant a few weeks ago. She was looking to make one of those online orders. So
that's risky to do for a sandwich shop.
That's risky?
Oh, really?
I always get nervous doing online orders for something that you watch them make in front of you because then you can't be like, oh wait, I want a little bit more of that. Maybe 2 more pickles, please.
Okay.
I have noticed there's a couple places where if you order online, they screw you on the portions.
Oh,
Yeah,
completely.
yeah.
They need to look at you and then see the disappointment in your face when it's like, oh, I get 2 pieces of chicken on
Yes, Ashley,
100%.
that is the definition of risky, that maybe you get shorted 2 pickles.
I need my pickles.
Okay.
And sometimes I wonder if there's more spit if you pre-order it.
Yeah.
But I'll power through it.
What do you say now? What was I talking about? A 33-year-old gal, yes. Imanique.
Did you notice it's spelled I'm unique, even with the apostrophe all together?
No, I did not.
It's I'm unique is how it's spelled.
Oh, no, I did not notice that. Should I start calling her I'm unique?
It probably is unique.
Boy, did her parents have their head up their own ass.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm unique. Got a hold of her Subway restaurant, the one in her neighborhood, for an online order. So then she could, you know how it works, she could swing by later and pick up a sandwich or 2. When I'm unique stopped by, she noticed that one sandwich had peppers on it. Oh, God help us, no. She says she didn't order no damn peppers. Or maybe she did and just didn't remember, because the Subway folks said to I'm unique, they said, hey, look, we're not trying to start no thing. They said, but you did order peppers on that sandwich. Being contradicted like that did not sit well with I'm unique. She completely pooed her pants. Very similar to the story I was telling you 15 minutes ago about when I had a meltdown in high school. She shoved She swept the cash register and the printer off the counter. Ha ha!
Oh, man, there goes our printer.
This is when she found out she had peppers on one of her sandwiches, and she said she didn't order any peppers. She swept the cash register and the printer off the counter, down onto the floor. And then she reached her greasy hands into the cookie cabinet, the cookie case. Are you following?
Get out of there.
Yeah.
Do you know the words? The
Yes.
cookie. And she slapped every last cookie down onto the floor, killing 37 perfectly good Subway cookies.
Oh, wow. They had that thing stocked up, too. They must have just filled that. That sucks. I'd be so ticked off.
I'd eat some floor cookies.
I probably would, too, yeah.
It was a cookie sweep.
You guys believe in the 5-second rule?
It's like a 30-second
It
rule.
could be there for 5 hours. I'd still give it a shot.
5-hour rule? Oh,
5
There's going to be ants on that then.
hours. Yeah, the Subway kids called the police.
Just take them off.
Take what off?
Take the peppers off yourself.
The
What is
peppers.
wrong with you?
That's where the problem started, the peppers.
Yeah, it's not like a sauce, which would be more
Yeah.
difficult to remove. Yeah, peppers, you could pick a pepper pretty easily, like Peter Piper. Peter, I don't appreciate that look. I'm having a bad day.
What's
Peter
wrong?
Piper picked a pepper, right?
Well,
Are you trying to fix somebody?
no. Yesterday, I was walking down a long hallway on my way to my son's basketball game, and
Settle in, everybody.
the principals at the end.
You were taking a long walk down what?
It's a hallway. It's
Hallway.
a long hallway. The principal's at the end kind of greeting people as they walk into the gym, and it was just me and him, so it's like, boy, I got to work on my face. I don't know what to do. It's really a long walk. He's looking at me for a while. And he said, good afternoon, and I said, morning to you. And it was the afternoon, guys, and it was sticking with me all day long. It's because I say morning around here all the time, and I'm
Josh?
not used to seeing people past 11 a.m.
Look into my friggin' eyes and listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth.
All right.
Therapy!
Can I just say one thing real quick? Your eyes are gorgeous. There's a sparkle in them that is contagious, and it put me in a better mood.
That's not supposed to be what you were paying attention to.
I can't help it. I was mesmerized.
Some bitch didn't even hear the word, did he?
I can't.
Nick, I can tell you
You're
that,
intoxicating, sir.
that interaction bothered him so much yesterday that he even texted me about it.
I
So
did.
I know that it definitely stuck with you. You're not exaggerating whatsoever.
Dude, I do that all the time, especially at the gas station. It'll, nighttime. Yeah, good morning. Nighttime, whatever it is. And then guess what? I forget about it immediately and go on with my day.
Perhaps I would have, Ashley, if what happened on the way home didn't happen.
Oh, no.
Where I thought, well, that's nice, that guy. He's waving at me. And so I thought, I'm going to wave back. And he was picking his nose. And, his whole hand essentially went up to pick his nose. Usually you might kind of put down the other fingers except for the picker, like Peter Piper. And it went up there, and it was a wave that I wasted.
If you are a psychologist listening to this program right now, there is a money pit waiting here for you if you text us at 651-989-9393. I have 3 potential clients. A money pit.
I wonder if there is a whole class on people who can't forget stupid little interactions like that. Because I was like, why did I say good morning? It's clearly afternoon. All I had to do was repeat what he said. Thankfully, this is my son's last year at that school, and hopefully I'll never have to see that principal again. I can't get past it.
And here we are, smack dab in the middle of the stupid news, and I'm trying to make it like this I'm unique lady is the one with the problem. The one who attacked everyone at Subway. But, in the end, she got arrested. And the Subway folks, you know what I like about the Subway folks in this neighborhood? They stood their ground. As she was out the door, they said, hey, lady, look, you did order those damn peppers.
I do like that. Just piss her
I
off
do
a
too.
little bit
and
more.
you know what? I wish more companies would back employees for that kind of thing too. Like, that's how we roll here at Subway. And you could certainly be polite and stick to your guns.
Yeah.
Right. Instead, a lot of times the company will Issue an apology.
Even if it's not deserved whatsoever.
Yeah, issue an apology for their employee's behavior, even if the employee was 100% in the right.
And I get how the world's different.
Everyone's trying to cover their own ass, right?
One bad review can mess things up for you, which sucks that they have to worry about that.
You did order peppers for that sandwich. Did you guys see the Eddie Murphy documentary yet?
No, not yet. Sorry.
Which one?
The current,
the actual I thought you were going with the bit.
The current one.
Yeah, the actual documentary.
The one that was released, 6-8 months ago.
I thought you meant Beverly Hills Cop.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I did see the most recent one. It was pretty good.
Didn't you love those puppets at the end?
Oh, that was hilarious.
The Bill Cosby puppet says,
I did not put the pills in the chocolate.
And then the Richard Pryor doll says, Mother effer, you know you put the pills in the chocolate.
Boy, he's got a nice house. Looked like a hotel more than anything.
Ed?
Yeah.
Got a nice house.
This person says via text, 651-989-9393 if you want to chime in or you're a therapist. At our restaurant, we've joked about having our servers wear body cams.
Oh, my gosh. That would have been awesome.
That's probably not a bad idea anymore.
Would that cost a lot of monies?
Good question.
Sure.
Every
I bet you
cop
can
in
get
town
cheap
has
ones.
a... Right?
Yeah, I'm sure you're not going to get the ones the cops have, but yeah, I'm sure there's cheaper options.
Right? That would be a great idea. This here next little deal ski, it happened in Malaysia, wherever the hell that is. I'm always fascinated with how far some of these stories travel to get here. Josh, do you have a friend in Malaysia?
No.
How the hell do you
I don't know if anybody who's been to Malaysia.
Well, then how do you find a story from Malaysia the way that you do?
Well, internet. It's made the world a lot smaller.
Miserable, isn't it?
The internet? It can be great in so many ways.
For the very fact that you just brought up.
Yeah.
It's made the world too small.
And it's easier for psychos to find each other, where before it was tough.
Where the hell is my bell?
Like if you were a nutcase, you weren't necessarily out there advertising.
Only your
that.
neighbors knew about it.
Yeah.
Only your direct neighbors knew about it.
You're less dangerous.
Now,
But now you got a whole crew.
you go online and you say, I'm totally out of my friggin' gourd. Who's with me? And people from
Malaysia.
Malaysia. Okay, I won't keep you long here. This is the deal. It's a dude who had a pretty cool gig. He drove one of those big fat-ass tour buses like you saw in the Journey music video for their song Faithfully, or like you saw in the Poison music video for their song Every Rose is Likely to Have a Thorn up in there, or like you saw in the Tesla music video for their song Love Song Ski. Or I suppose I could cut to the chase and say, like you saw in really any music video made by a touring rock band between the years of 1983 and 92.
I feel so dumb because when you said that, I immediately thought like the people that show you around the city.
Like a tourist bus?
Yeah. I was like, I love those so much.
They usually have a lot of good jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a double-decker bus, open air on top.
Oh, so great.
A big old good-looking tour bus. That's what this dude drove for a living. But our bro, the driver man, again from Malaysia, the poor bastard, he got canned from his sweet tour bus driving gig because he got caught driving that big old bus with live human beings as passengers riding on the bus with him. They were going from here to there. Dude got caught driving the bus down the highway with a hot babe sitting in his lap. And he was letting her steer the bus around like your dad did for you when you were a kid. The company he was driving for said that having a foxy lady in his lap while driving was disappointing, alarming, and completely unacceptable.
Yeah. I mean, she was kind of driving poorly.
Oh, was she?
Yeah. I'd imagine it takes a little experience to operate something that big. That guy wanted to get some.
You know,
That's what we all want.
She's not wrong.
If I just want one thing today.
we all want to
We all want to get some.
get some. Yeah, oh, absolutely.
You know what? You're right. I'd like to get some. Give me some.
I'll give you something. Just a little something.
All you have to do is ask.
Some people, for sure.
If you're a lady, all you have to do is ask if you want some.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of stuff that sucks about being a lady, but that one's got to be pretty cool.
It's pretty nice.
Hello, I'd like some, and then you're going to have a line out the door.
Right.
Josh knows this story. Somewhere's around 1995 or 6, my dad was offered the job of driving the tour bus for Skid Row.
That's awesome.
Sweet.
And scary.
The glam metal act, originally from New Jersey, featuring Dave the Snake Sabo and Rachel Bolan, and don't tell me, Rob
Yep.
Fuso.
Yep.
I'm missing a guitar player. Scott Hill.
Scotty Hill.
Right, and then, of course, Sebastian Bach. My dad was offered the job to drive the tour bus for Skid Row.
First live band I ever saw. Too loud.
He turned him down. And if I remember, his direct quote was something along the lines of, I couldn't handle those crazy sons of bitches.
Yeah, I bet that got pretty wild.
That's one of my all-time favorite bands, and I wouldn't be able to either. There's no way. It'd be tough to turn that down because of how much I love them. But yeah, I wouldn't be able to handle that.
So if you're running things at this bus company, Josh, how do you handle finding out that one of your drivers had a, as you would say it, a fly honey in his lap while he was driving folks to the casino or whatever he was doing? Does he need to be losing his job?
I think so. I think that.
Oh, is that?
That's quite a breach of trust.
It's a
putting all those
fireable
people at risk.
Okay, that's a fireable offense.
It seems like there's most, if not all, reasonable people would understand that's a bad idea.
It depends how hot she is.
I was tough to tell from behind.
Yeah.
But
you know that old story.
Yeah.
Tough to tell how hot she was from behind.
Oh, you're not even a lady. Well, you're pretty hot from behind. Saw that happen in real life where a former coworker of ours did kind of look like a chick from behind, real long hair, very slender, and he got his butt grabbed by some guy who was mortified when the bearded gentleman I worked with turned around. That was great. I'm so glad I saw that in person.
Oh, this is the worst.
Gross
Listen to
text.
this. What's that?
Gross text.
It's not gross. It's just stupid. The guy driving the bus with the babe in his lap. You want it, Josh?
I don't see it.
I don't want to read
Steelers
this.
From
fan
Stia.
Is it about where he lives?
Ashley said, he was, or no, someone said he was just trying to get some, right? And Steelers fan Jesus said, yeah, he was trying to get Malaysia.
Excellent.
That's friggin' stupid.
Excellent. Gold star for the day.
The guy that put up with Aaron Rodgers last year, he deserves a little bit of slack.
True.
This, letting a hot babe steer the bus for you, sitting in the driver man's lap, yeah, that's dangerous. It is. It brings up that friggin' horrifying airplane ride story. I love to tell this story because it's so frightening and just so dumb. The story of the pilot, middle of the night kind of a thing. What do they call that in the business, Josh? A red-eye flight, an overnight
the
type
red-eye.
Right? And he's got his 2 little kids with him, the pilot. He's got his 2 little kids. And he puts her on cruise control or whatever they do, right? And he's going to go take or something. And his kids say, well, can we sit in the front? Can we sit in the driver's seat, right? And he says, oh, of course. Daddy's going to take a deuce. I'll be back in 15 minutes. Don't touch anything. And the little kids sit in the chairs, pilot and co-pilot seat. Well, they did slightly bump something. Dad's back there wiping, casual about the whole thing. Again, it's pitch black, so they're relying on their instruments and whatnot. And the pilot, Dad, comes back to the cockpit and jaw jacks a little bit with the kids, and then he looks at the instruments and says, well, what is this? Why are that number doesn't, we don't see it, and they all crash and die in the ocean.
Ah, man.
You've told that story before, and I always forget how it ends.
Did you ever bring up the reaction of the first responders, especially the new guy? How did he handle seeing something like that plane crash, man?
You know how when you're on a rescue boat, there's a corner?
Yep.
Yeah. Some bitch. The new guy?
Yeah, was the contents of his stomach making it into the water?
He
there?
went straight into the corner of that rescue boat, and he puked his guts out.
I got to say, I don't blame him. Sometimes
right.
it seems like these guys throw up relatively easy, but that one makes sense to me.
All right, before we go. All right, you missed.
What?
Sometimes things happen off air. Well, no, wait a minute. We are on air. How do I say this? There are behind
the microphone,
Yeah.
behind the
scenes.
Sometimes there are behind the microphone moments that our listeners aren't privy to. While I was preparing for the next story, I swept some papers off my desk. Josh springs out of his chair like he's 12 and picks it up as fast as he can and puts it back on my desk.
I'm part of your pit crew.
And then goes back to his seat and sits down as fast as he can. I don't know how you can move that way at your age. Well,
dude. Are your ankles okay?
Actually, I do know. You're not built like the typical 51-year-old.
Hey, I don't like to see you upset in any way, so I thought anytime you have a piece of paper or something fall, I like to race over there, bring it back to you so you don't have a bad experience.
And
to answer
you
your
do.
question, Ashley, no, my ankles are not okay.
And you do. You're very quick about it. If I tried to do what you just did, I would be.
Dude, you'd be on the ground right now.
Yes.
You're taking a nap.
All right, before we go, yesterday we had a hell of a story about a gal who got real sick. And eventually, she sneezed a worm out of her nose.
Forgot about this. This is like the bot fly thing, right?
Bot flies, this, parasites that were living in her skull. And she sneezed a worm. The doctors had to pull a dozen or so 5 3/4 inch long worms out of her nasal. So if you enjoyed that one from yesterday, I got a fresh one for you. A gal got terrible sick. She had a cough that lasted a month or so.
Uh-oh, you had one of those.
Jeez, no kidding.
Yeah, I had one of those. I heard a lot of stories this winter about terrible coughs that wouldn't let go for a month or two. This gal from Mexico or something, Monica is her name. Su nombre. She upped and told this story on the internet. Of course, like folks do these days, you've got to let everyone know. Monica found out that her month-long cough had nothing to do with a cold or the flu or any of that jibber-jabber. It was because she had accidentally inhaled her nipple ring. I mean her nose ring. She accidentally inhaled her nose ring, and the ringy ring ended up deeply embedded into her lungs, her pleural cavity, Cubby.
I bet that hurt a lot.
I would notice that right away, and it is absolutely insane that she didn't.
Apparently, Monica has a pile of piercings up and down her mug, so many that she didn't even notice that one was a-missing.
She's probably one of those girls that has like multiple nose piercings. Yeah.
Yes, she is.
You did have a nose piercing?
I have one.
You
Still.
do?
Yeah, we go through this every once in a while. You guys forget.
I'm so non-observant.
I absolutely love it.
I'm sorry.
I got a little diamond.
No, I don't see it either.
It's small, though. I didn't want to do anything like too big and obnoxious.
I thought that was a booger. I'm sorry.
Oh, and you didn't tell me?
No.
It's a 7-year-long booger.
This gal, Monica, thinks that one night when she fell asleep, she inhaled that nose ring and she never felt a damn thing. So her cough started up and it didn't stop for a month. She goes off to see her doctor. The doctor takes a look and he says, yeah, we got to get somebody to go in there and remove that damn thing. But there were problems. That silly little nose ring had made itself at home in the walls of Monica's lung tissue. It had dug itself in real good. So next thing she knows, Monica is being prepped for a real deal, you might not make it type of surgery. The surgeons who were lined up for her operation told her that not only was the stupid ring jammed into a tricky spot in her lungs, but the sumbitch was about 2 more good coughs from stabbing a hole in her aorta, where then she would choke on her own blood and die. The surgeons told Monica, "No offense, you seem like a nice gal, but we might end up accidentally killing you dead when we try to cut this pig out of there." So for realskis, Monica wrote farewell letters to her friends and family the night before the operation.
Oh my.
That's a lost art, writing a letter.
Wow.
By doctor's orders, she wrote some bye-bye letters.
Thankfully, I have like a different nose. I imagine she doesn't have. There's like different types of nose rings, and mine has like a kind of like a stopper on the inside, so it can't be pulled out or pulled in. And so luckily, I think I'm in the clear here.
It can't go anywhere.
No, it can't. I mean, like I've even had to be put under to like get my wisdom teeth taken out, and they're like, "Hey, that needs to come out," and I'm like, "You can try," and they try to get it out. It's just stuck there forever. I'd have to like get pliers to get it out, I think, at this point.
Do you guys think I could pull off a nose ring?
Yes.
Really? Like when I'm goth or Joth, the goth version of me?
It would have to be a ring one, though.
Yeah. You got
Yeah.
kind of like a Rachel Bolin looking ring. We were just talking about him from Skid Row.
Back to Skid Row.
But I wouldn't
Septum
connect the
fierce.
chain to it like he did.
Oh my gosh, he did that. That is so sketchy.
And dangerous. Very dangerous.
Ouchies.
For Monica here, by the grace of God, and I saw a picture of God last night on television. He had like glowing hands and he was saving a baby or something. By the grace of God, the operation went wonderfully. Monica is alive and well and no longer has anything stuck in her heart or lungs. One of the surgeons mysteriously died during the operation, but apparently that was
what?
unrelated. Yeah.
Wow.
Monica has said that she's going to take the rest of her nose rings, smooth out, and toss them in the trash. She was asked by her local newspaper how she felt now that her ordeal was over, and Monica said, "I feel fine, but how in the hell did one of the surgeons die during my operation?"
I'd have the same question.
But she hasn't gotten a straight answer on that yet.
Yeah, that's a bad day. I mean, not quite as bad as saying good morning after somebody says good afternoon. But,
Yeah.
Geez, somebody died.
Josh, if you ever had a nose ring, you know what would be perfect? Is if you hung your house key from it so you never got locked out of the house.
Or an air freshener, so I'll never have to smell anything bad.
Did anyone mention your alter ego?
Logan
Gotcha.
Dakota?
Yeah. You might not be able to pull off a nose ring, but your alter ego, Logan Dakota,
Yeah, I
could
think
pull off a...
Oh, I miss him.
if your name's Logan Dakota, you can't not be cool.
Right.
You're automatically the coolest guy that walks into any room. Unless you run into a room with max power. That'd
That's
be tough.
Homer
That's tough to
Simpson's,
beat. Homer Simpson's alias?
Yep.
Do you still have that wig?
No. I gave it to... Do you have that, Nick? I thought I gave it to you.
We wore wigs years ago at a couple of promotions. No, I threw that away. We had the same experience. We both loved wearing wigs, and we looked insanely hot with long hair. But it gave me such a terrible headache, I convinced myself I can't pull this gimmick off twice.
It did hurt a lot.
I went through
Very
a lot of friggin'
scratchy.
Advil when I got home that evening. Yeah. We got to go, for Christ's sake.
Jeez
We'll be
Louise.
back in a couple of minutes with the sports.
My guy died.
Half-assed morning show. 93X.
Well, hello to all the wonderful podcasters out there, wherever in the world you're listening right now. We truly appreciate it. Dana here. Yeah, I'm a sports junkie, I'm a wing lover, and of course a Smart Club member because I trust my home comfort to Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, and I really think you should too. Right now it's HVAC Mania, and these deals will help offset the cost when your brackets get busted. You can score a $45 coupon on a furnace tune-up, normally $148. And no, it's never too late to show your furnace some love. And if your system's about to crash out like a 5-seat against a 12, now's the time to replace it on your schedule with 0% financing from Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. Go to standardheating.com and mention 93X. Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, providing the comfort you deserve since 1930.
Years of hard work, and now you've got pain in your back, your shoulders, your knees, maybe your joints. You need help. Randy Shaver here with the answer. Dave Bialke. He's got over 30 years experience in getting workers' compensation benefits for people just like you. Don't suffer. Call Bialke Law today, 763-571-2410, or go to bialkelaw.com. That's BIALKE law.com. And it spells relief for you.
What would you do if your online store converted 36% more shoppers? You could take 36% more vacation.
Another pina colada? Yes, please.
Open a new retail location with 36% more square feet.
Fantastic.
Hire 36% more help.
You're hired and you're hired.
Shopify has the world's best converting checkout, up to 36% better than other e-commerce platforms. What you do with those extra sales is up to you. Switch to Shopify today at shopify.com/listen and get a $1 trial. Shopify.com/listen.
Sports on the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Oh, it's great to see him. I'm really happy for him. Obviously, your first NHL game is always special. I thought he came in and did a good job. Good skater, good size. Thought he moved the puck well. So it was nice to see him in there, and Dave thought he did a good job.
Snitsky, right there. Pigs head coach Gene Snitsky, talking about that new kid, Viking Gustafsson Nyberg. We talked about the kid yesterday or 2 days ago. He's 6'6", rookie, playing the last couple of games of the regular season here just to get the sumbitch warmed up. You know, the junior varsity Pigs took the ice last night because their game last night doesn't matter for Dick Tracy, neither does tonight. So Viking Gustafsson Nyberg goes out there in his first NHL game, and I guess he scored a goal.
Pretty sweet.
He scored a goal. Yeah, the JV Pigs lost to some version of the St. Louis Blues last night. Doesn't matter at all, and they'll play their final regular season matchup tonight. The Twins are incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Best team in baseball.
Right now. Later on, when Randy Shaver jumps into the mix, we will tell you who's taking part in those NBA play-in games tonight and when. We'll tell you who and when. And before we go, because we got to get headed towards Josh's news report. Oh, we were discussing a lady a few minutes ago, a lady with multiple facial piercings. When she was asleep one night, she inhaled one of her nose rings. And the damn nose ring, it slid down her throat, got embedded into her lung cavity, and it almost killed her. A lot of those face piercings. A listener texted in to say, I used to work with an older guy. And when he'd see someone with multiple face piercings, he'd say, well, that sumbitch looks like he took a header into a tackle box. I like that. Into the tackle box.
That's funny.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
This is the end of a police pursuit involving the Riverside County Sheriff's Department. You see the SWAT vehicle out there. It ends in a crash, a significant crash.
It's generally frowned upon to use dating apps on the job, even more so during an active police standoff, and you're a highly trained officer. An elite sheriff's deputy in California was caught on live TV swiping on a dating app during a dangerous standoff with a suspect following a high-speed chase where they used that sweet grappler. Footage captured by a news helicopter shows a Special Enforcement Bureau officer swiping on what appears to be a matchmaking site just feet away from an armed suspect who's barricaded.
This guy, he's
addicted.
He's multitasking.
He's really lining up some squish during a damn gunfight?
Like Ashley said earlier, people want to get some. Mm-hmm. There's likely some downtime, of course, during long standoffs, but when the action is unfolding right in front of you, every moment counts. And looking for action might cost you a couple of paychecks, or in this case, even his job.
I'll be damned.
The deputy was crouched behind one of those sweet Bearcat vehicles, scrolling through profiles and swiping left. This behavior does not reflect the standards, expectations, or policies of our department, the Riverside County Sheriff's Office said in a statement. The standoff began after an intense car chase, which ended when the suspect crashed into a wall near a school. After that crash, the situation stretched into a 3-hour standoff as authorities tried to negotiate. I'd imagine you're sitting there for 3 hours. It might get kind of boring. No word on if the officer was able to make a love connection, but But word is the sheriff is looking into that situation.
That's so great. What you doing right now?
And it just so happened, it was captured on live television. And the story went viral anyways because they used the grappler to bring the chase to a halt.
The grappler.
So cool.
It is pretty cool.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Hooked, Ashley said. That dude is hooked, isn't he?
Yeah, it's like an instant dopamine hit. Just keep scrolling.
When a North Carolina woman tried pranking her boyfriend into thinking she was cheating on him, it's safe to say he didn't take that well. April 4th, about 11:30 p.m., a woman and 4 friends were getting food at a shopping center. As they left, she and one of her friends came up with a plan. The plan was to prank her boyfriend, whom she'd been dating for about 5 months. The idea was to have her male friend call and pretend he was with her. Just a little jealousy test to get a reaction. And they got one. Instead of laughing it off, the boyfriend tracked her location and started tailgating their car. Police say he called her in a rage, drove recklessly, and tried to force them to pull over. At one point, she said she saw him raise a handgun into the air. Then the situation got worse when the group stopped at an intersection. The boyfriend pulled up beside him and fired 3 shots into their car before driving away, earning the award for least hugs received as a child. The male friend who made the prank call said he received a text about 1:32 a.m. that read, "Stop playing Wimmy, bro," spelled W-I-M-M-E.
Wimmy.
Authorities noted the boyfriend is a convicted felon, has questionable grammar, and a court date next week.
Why did
you should never test somebody. 2, it's probably good that they did in this scenario, but why would you test somebody that has a felony?
They had to have some idea that this guy was slightly uncorked.
I would think so, unless he's just,
was this
maybe
her
he could
way?
Fake it for 5 months.
Was this her way of getting the sumbitch put away? She knew deep down he would probably do something. She had to know deep down this guy was going to do something that might jeopardize his freedom. Come on. Chicks are shady. They do stuff. You guys know that.
He left the house with his weapon, tracked her down, and did all this. At no time did he think, geez, this is a bad idea.
Well, no, because he's a friggin' knucklehead. But my point is, they had to have known, this gal and her boyfriend, they had to have known that this guy was capable of such things.
I would think if you run that hot, there's certainly been some signs.
F me running.
Although it turns out the jealous boyfriend may have something to be worried about, because a new poll asked whether humans are actually monogamous by nature, and the results are not exactly reassuring, as many think humans are actually naughty by nature and totally down with OPP, other people's partners. Only 7% believe all humans are monogamous by nature. 12% said most humans aren't, and 8% said monogamy, that's not natural at all. For what it's worth, the rest of the animal kingdom isn't exactly romantic either. Only 3% to 9% of mammals are monogamous. 90% of birds, though.
I love that for them.
Beavers, that's another one.
That's the only thing I like about birds. That and the fact that they're, dinosaurs. It's pretty cool.
If they were real, that would be a pretty exciting stat.
Otherwise, yeah, they piss me off. Stupid birds.
Some people follow their suspicions reasonably. Others grab the nearest pickup truck and hold on for answers in dear life. Last month, police in northern China started getting calls from concerned motorists about a woman dangling from the back of a moving pickup truck. Videos captured by passing drivers soon surfaced, showing her clinging on. At first, no one knew why the woman was hitching an unofficial ride, hanging off a tailgate.
So she's being drugged, or she's dragging her feet, or...
She's just kind of flying. She's Supermaning it.
Oh, no.
That changed, however, when police released a statement revealing the reason behind the dangerous stunt: jealousy. When officers stopped the pickup, they discovered the woman hanging from the back was the driver's wife. She'd become convinced he was having an affair and opting for a hands-on approach, deciding to follow him so she could catch him in the act. As the man got into his vehicle, she slipped out of the house, grabbed onto the back. Police later noted she was incredibly lucky to be alive. If her husband had been driving any faster than he was, or if the road had been any rougher, she could have fallen and became quite the mess. In the end, the incident cost her husband a fine of about $20, along with 3 points deducted from his annual 12-point driving record for failing to properly check his vehicle before driving. So he got in trouble, and he never saw her.
That's not fair.
You drag your wife behind your pickup, and you're only out $20?
Yeah, it sounds like I was a little surprised that it wasn't more. The unusual story quickly spread across Chinese social media, turning into a cautionary tale for couples, urging them to resolve domestic issues through conversation and counseling rather than dangerous stunts.
I'd probably just, wait for him to come home, maybe confront him. I'm not hanging on to the back of anybody's truck.
Why didn't she just get in the bed of that thing?
Why didn't she let go?
I mean, if she couldn't, maybe. I assume he came to a stop at some point, but she really wanted to catch this guy. Mistakes on the job happen, and sometimes, hopefully, they slip by unnoticed. But when you're a pastor who botches a baptism so badly that you baptize a grandfather to death during an internet live stream,
oh no,
people notice. In the UK, a pastor is facing manslaughter charges after a grandfather of 7 drowned during a home baptism.
What the hell?
48-year-old Cheryl Bartley was live streaming a ceremony on a Facebook page for her life-changing ministries. The stream suddenly cut out as the grandfather, who had Parkinson's disease, was being baptized in a kiddie pool. Emergency services were called, but the grandfather of 7 was already dead. A post-mortem revealed he died from drowning. Oddly, the pastor later made the choice to record a video about the death, saying she saw the man in heaven dancing with Jesus.
Oh, here we go.
Here
we go.
It's all good, baby.
Yeah.
How long was he in the water for? Isn't that supposed to be like a quick little dippity dip thing?
The ones I've seen, yeah. There's never been even a risk of drowning in the baptisms I've been to.
But don't feel bad for the guy because she saw him in a vision disco dancing with Jesus.
Yeah. I bet Jesus is an incredible dancer.
Oh, you can get down for sure.
Don't be mad at this woman or anything. She's done the man a favor.
She did. He's in a much better place. You're welcome. Now she's looking at waltzing her way to a cell block for up to 8 years. The man's family said he'd already been baptized, but wanted the new ceremony to symbolize he'd become a born-again believer.
So when she pulled him out of that kiddie pool, he was gone already.
I guess so, yeah.
F me.
A Texas woman's been sentenced to 6 years in prison after really putting the meth in Methodist, mailing inmates Bibles soaked in drugs. The woman flipped Deliver Us from Evil into Deliveries for Evil, admitting to concealing drugs in Bibles, other religious materials, magazines, newspapers, and legal mail before sending the packages to inmates in state custody. What looked like ordinary deliveries carried something far different. You may remember this story. She's been sentenced now.
Oh, no, I don't recall. So you tear the pages out the book and you smoke them?
No, yeah. I was thinking you were going to the pre, but that's the post. Yes, once they receive them, that's the idea. I think. I mean, I guess I don't know exactly what they do.
I'm not very familiar with the Bible, Josh, but that probably goes against what you're supposed to do with one of those things, right?
Depends. If you're reading from the book of Matthew, it's okay. Stories about the Messiah, that's okay. A letter to Herointhians. The scheme began to unravel when staff came across leather-bound Bibles with heavily anointed pages, specifically in drugs. From there, investigators followed the trail back to an Office Depot store in Wichita Falls, where surveillance footage showed the woman at a self-checkout station mailing packages to inmates. Authorities said she was observed sending at least 3 packages of the drug-soaked Bibles. This case underscores the persistent challenges we face in contraband entering our facilities through the mail, said Bobby Lumpkin, or B. Lumpkin for short. He went on to credit staff and investigators for stopping the drugs before they could reach any inmates. The inmates weren't as excited. When authorities later searched the drug lady's home, they seized approximately 5 pounds of synthetic cannabinoids in various forms, including liquid, powder, and paper sheets.
But you're saying that one cop involved, his first initial is B, and his last name is Lumpkin?
Yeah.
Okay.
B. Lumpkin. A woman walking her dog wandered into what looked like a gruesome, stomach-turning scene. The sort of grisly discovery where it appeared something sinister was afoot. A bloody body part sticking out of a garbage can. Or so she thought. The unsuspecting dog walker believed she had found a severed human foot in a garbage bag on the edge of a fishing pond in England.
F-doll.
And she was so concerned she called police. Cops received the call and sent officers to the scene.
Come on, F-Doll.
When they arrived, they discovered the item was a prosthetic limb. It had been used as a Halloween prop.
Son of a bitch.
That was then effed. A police spokesperson did say, quote, "It was a very good replica of a human foot, but it was a Halloween favor."
You liked my chances, didn't you, that it was going to be an F-Doll?
It's almost always an F-Doll.
Almost always.
I bet we get a text saying anything's an F-Doll if you're brave enough. I always enjoy that. The owner of the farm where the festering foot was found runs a pumpkin picking event at Halloween each year and keeps decorations and props to use around the site.
Sign me up for that pumpkin picking event.
So it's our foot, but I don't know how it managed to get in that bag. I really don't, the owner said.
What do you mean? Well, whose foot is it? Oh, right. They use it for decorations.
Yeah, it's their decorative foot.
Right.
Police say it was a good outcome and thank the woman for calling it in. Police in Alabama are investigating after a family reported what looked like a gruesome stomach-turning scene.
F-Doll.
The sort of grisly discovery where it appears something sinister was afoot. But in this case, the foot is real. According to reports...
Jesus, I'm 0 for 2.
The family's dog came back from home carrying what may have been a human foot. The moments set off a search of the area near the home where skeletal remains were soon discovered.
God.
The police chief said the foot will be sent to the Alabama Department of Forensic Sciences in Huntsville for further examination and DNA testing.
And that dog's thinking, wait a minute, I worked my ass off to get this.
Why are you taking this away from me?
I would feel bad taking that away from him.
My foot now.
They're going to test if it's human or animal, but they believe it is a human foot.
Oh, no.
So far, no additional remains have been located, and the case remains under active investigation.
It must have been pretty deteriorated then, because how would you get an animal foot or a human foot mixed up?
Is there fur on it?
It's really more of a paw. Meanwhile, in a less grisly but very costly side of pet ownership, being a pet owner comes with a price tag that proves love can be expensive. According to a new study, the average pet owner spends about $4,272 a year on just one dog or cat, which they said can total nearly $50,000 over a pet's lifetime. With vet costs up 43% in just 5 years, it's gotten to the point where 37% of pet owners have taken on debt to care for their beloved animals.
A lot of money involved there, Cubby.
$50,000 for one animal seems awful high.
Yeah.
But I guess if you have some sort of incident where the dog or cat needs to be treated for something bad, I suppose that can add up quickly.
Like consume their own foot. Yeah, that's...
Oh, I bet that's expensive.
Yeah, I think for my dog Widow, altogether from the time she was 6 months to now, it's got to be at least $15,000, at least.
Yeah, I know. Unfortunately, a very close family friend, he was just attacked. He was walking his dog, and his dog was attacked. And then he tried to break it up, and then he got attacked.
Oh, no.
Attacked by what?
Another dog.
Oh.
And I think he said just on day one, it started out like $12,000.
Oh.
Pretty expensive. A little corgi. Rob McElhaney from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia is McElhaney?
I have no idea how to say his last name, but I love him.
I don't even know if he knows how to pronounce his name.
He is 49 today.
Wait, didn't he? Wasn't he the one that changed it?
He changed his age?
His last name. Did you hear about that, Dana? Is that the guy?
Yeah, there's something that rings a bell to that. I don't remember the exact specifics.
Yeah, he changed it to Rob Mack.
Yeah.
Because that's his name in the show. It's so weird, and I don't know if he...
That makes it easier.
I think he officially changed it.
I think he was sick of dealing with the mispronunciations and different pronunciations, so he just changed it to Rob Mack.
Yeah, and people were like, nobody really cares, dude, but okay.
At age 17, he became the youngest Saturday Night Live cast member ever until he had to enter rehab. 80s star Anthony Michael Hall, AMAC. 58 today.
Boy, he was involved in the SNL cast that everyone tries to forget about.
Pretty much, right?
Yeah. It didn't really...
It was a dark era.
That era of SNL just kind of didn't work. It was Anthony Michael Hall and who's the guy that smoked all the crack and then became Iron Man? What's his name again?
Oh, my gosh, I just had it.
Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, Robert Downey Jr.
Right.
6'8", Robert Barone from Everybody Loves Raymond. Brad Garrett, who's also the first grand prize winner on Star Search, is 66.
Wow.
Former Deep Purple guitarist and Rock and Roll Hall of Famer Richie Blackmore, 81.
Richie Blackmore is totally out of his mind. Can we go back to this Brad Garrett story? What are you talking about? He was the first ever. Go ahead.
First grand prize winner on Star Search.
What did he do?
I don't know. He's like singing or dancing, or I'm not sure.
Honest to God.
Yeah, I was looking up. I always try and look up random facts for these guys, and it just mentioned.
That's absolutely fascinating. Ed McMahon used to host that program, correct?
Was that Ed McMahon? I get confused between that and some of the other ones.
I'm pretty sure it was Edward McMahon. No, I got to look into this. I got to find that video on YouTube. I know that. What's his name again? Brad Garrett is an incredible dancer. Not making that up.
I just assumed that's what it was for.
Wow.
I can't say. Maybe he did some stand-up.
Wow. Now I got to go on Wikipedia and find all the grand prize winners in Star Search history.
Best of luck to Nelson having surgery today, and hope it's a speedy recovery. Happy birthday to Clean Iowegian Jesus from your big bro. I'm sorry, Jesus. And a gentleman named Nick texted in to say happy birthday to his, quote, dickhead twin brother Nate. So happy birthdays to you, Nick and Nate. And that's 93X News.
Randy Shaver
on the Half-Assed Morning Show.
And this one is over, and the Twins put up 13 runs and stay red hot and take care of the Red Sox 13-6.
Not a great night at all for the Red Sox. Garrett Crochet, the worst start of his brilliant career, and this thing got ugly early.
And right now the writers are rushing to the Red Sox clubhouse to find out exactly what the heck happened tonight with Garrett Crochet.
The Twins aren't giving any other dudes in town a chance. They're picking up all the available ass. We'll get to that in just a minute. Hello, Randy Shaver.
Hello.
How are you today, Randy?
I'm good. Thank you.
That's good to hear. We will get to the Twins in just a minute. I got myself all sideways over here. Okay, now I believe I'm lined up proper. Josh,
Nick, do you get mail at the station?
Like letters?
Yeah.
Sometimes, usually from prison.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure because I sent you something in the mail.
Oh.
It's my notice, and I just wanted to make sure that you weren't to get it. No.
Did you really send me something through the United States mail?
I did. I sent it yesterday, so I want you to keep an eye out for it.
Okay. This sounds very important, kind of ominous.
Is it a tasteful nude?
Is there such a thing?
They're all tasteful.
No, I'm not going to tell you what it is.
Okay.
Just a little gift from me. But
that's wonderful.
But I just didn't know if you look for mail, if you get mail, how that works.
We still do receive letters and such now and again in our mailboxes up front. Here's the problem, though. I never check that damn thing.
Yeah, see? That's what I was worried about.
I check it.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
And yet,
Josh, you're so nice, Josh.
Well, I'm just waiting for a gift from Randy, but apparently that's never going to come. At least not with my name on it.
Oh, my God.
No, I do check it
do
for
you?
the gang.
Okay, thank you, Josh. I know you do that for me.
Okay.
Appreciate that.
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt the flow. I just thought about it as I was getting set up here this morning. Oh, gosh. I sent him that thing, and I didn't know if you actually checked mail or not. So.
It's slow because we don't have a front desk person anymore.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
It kind of piles up for a little bit before wherever the mail gets dropped off gets to those mailboxes. But so it will show up, though.
We'll keep an eye out. Now I'm excited.
Right.
Now I'm excited.
Good. All right.
All right. Oh. If you don't mind, Josh brought something up in his news report that really grabbed me. Randy, do you have any memories of watching the old television show Star Search?
Well, sure. Ed McMahon.
Yes. Hosted by Ed McMahon. It started somewheres in the early 80s, went into the mid-90s. Josh told us that today is Brad Garrett's birthday, the guy who played the big, tall brother Robert on the television show Everybody Digs Raymond.
Yeah, he has his comedy. He has his own comedy place in Vegas.
Is this the liquor talking? This could be the liquor talking, but did you not go see his show when you were in Nevada?
Well, we didn't see him. We saw comics at his place.
Okay.
Yes.
Josh mentioned that today is Brad Garrett's birthday, and he is, or was, a past grand prize winner on the television show Star Search.
No.
That fascinates me. So
what was his talent?
He won the overall comedy category in 1984.
Okay.
It earned him a guest spot on The Tonight Show, where he was the youngest guest that week. Okay, I thought that would be more impactful. Then next thing you know, he's doing stand-up comedy. He lands a gig. I'm guessing he must have toured with Ray Romano doing some stand-up comedy, and that's what gave Ray Romano the idea of putting him on the television show. So I had to look up other notable grand prize winners on Star Search.
Mm-hmm.
Jenny Jones.
Oh, I remember her talk show.
The talk show lady.
Mm-hmm.
She won the comedy category in 1986. Now, I remember a little bit about Jenny Jones on television. She never struck me as funny.
I didn't watch too much of it, but I'm with you on that. I mean, there was nothing where I saw that she was really funny.
Alanis Morissette was the best female vocalist winner on Star Search in 1988. Well, I hated her music.
I didn't know they were like Canadians at that competition.
No, they had people come over from Canada.
That's too bad.
They did. I hated her music. I'm sorry to blow up, but I hated her music. Britney Spears.
Mm-hmm. I think Justin Timberlake was on there, too.
He was, but we're talking about folks who won the grand prize.
Oh, won the grand prize.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Leanne Rimes.
Oh, I remember her.
She's fabulous, yes.
Martin Lawrence.
That's awesome.
Who won the comedy grand prize in 87, and that led to acting roles in Do the Right Thing, the old Spike Lee movie, which I enjoy that movie. And then finally, at least for grand prize winners, the Backstreet Boys won the whole schmear in 1993.
Yeah.
But other notable people who have made an appearance, Josh, Beyonce.
Queen Bee.
Usher.
My wife's got a thing for Usher.
Aaliyah.
Sure.
She died young, didn't she?
did.
Aaliyah.
Was that a plane crash, car crash?
Here's your Justin Timberlake, your Christina Aguilera, and Dave Chappelle.
Oh, wow.
Dave Chappelle said he might bring his show back, the Dave Chappelle Show.
Huh.
He was recently asked about it and decided maybe it's time. That was so good.
Thank you for bringing that up, Josh, because I love that kind of stuff. I remember sitting down to watch. Didn't Star Search at one point or another, Randy Shaver, come on after your news on Channel 11?
I don't think it was on that late.
On the weekend. I think it was a Saturday night.
Oh, you like at 7 o'clock, you mean, kind of a thing?
No, like 10:30 p.m.
Oh, I don't think so.
Well, you never worked weekends. You were a big shot.
Oh, I did work weekends for 11 years.
11 years?
During that time. I don't remember Star Search. Channel 11 always had MASH.
Yeah.
Or
Cheers
on after the news. So.
And then you did the Cosby Show, and everybody showed up angry, right?
Well, I don't know if we did the Cosby Show wasn't on late.
What was the show that replaced Cheers and everyone in town?
It replaced MASH. MASH was the first show, right? I'm pretty sure I got that right, the order of it.
I'll go along with that, but at some point or another, Care 11 stopped showing Cheers at 10:35, and the Twin Cities went crazy and showed up at your building with weapons.
Yeah,
I thought it was the Cosby Show that replaced it, and that displeased everybody.
That was our family tradition. Every night we'd watch Channel 11 and then Cheers. We'd watch, right after the news, watch Cheers every night.
All right.
Obviously, a lot of people were the same way. I mean, showed up at the station.
Oh, yeah. All right. As I was saying earlier, if you're a single dude in town and you're wondering, damn, how come I can't get some right now? It's the Twins.
Yes.
They are raking in all available women with their play on the field. This is just a riot right now for me personally.
It is.
The Twins go out last night and slug 4 dongs into the seats. Hell, they had a 10-0 lead by the close of the second inning. And when the dust was settled, Over there at Target Field, the final was 13 runs for the Twins and 6 for the Boston Red Sox.
Well, it wasn't just the Boston Red Sox. You were talking Garrett Crochet.
Yeah.
Who was second in the AL Cy Young Award voting. I mean, they clobbered him.
Right.
10 earned runs, 9 hits in an inning and a third last night.
Oh.
I mean, he lasted 31 pitches in the first. It was embarrassing for the Red Sox to get pounded like that at Fenway, no less.
No, this was in town.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. You're right. It was in town.
Yeah. Shortest start of Garrett Crochet's career last night. 4 runs in the first, 7 in the second. He didn't know what the F hit him.
So keep in mind, correct me if I'm wrong, they clobbered Skubal. They got after Skubal, right?
Yeah.
They beat him. They beat Crochet. There was another great pitcher. Who was the other
Framber Valdez.
Oh, yeah. They clobbered Valdez. Wow, that's an impressive streak.
There's a mention of exactly what you're talking about in this here article in front of me. Last year, the Twins posted a 13-23 record against left-handed starters. But in the last 7 days, they've beaten Skubal, Valdez, Eric Lauer from Toronto, if that means anything to anybody.
Yeah, he's okay.
And now Crochet. In those 4 outings, the Twins have scored 29 earned runs in 16 and 2/3 innings pitched by the starters.
Wow.
It's just been so much fun to watch. 2 new faces hit their first home runs with the Twins. Vic Caratini hit a 3-run dong. Kreidler, I can't think of his first name. Kreidler?
I think Ryan, I think
Ryan,
it is.
Usually a light-hitting infielder, just launched one into the second deck. Byron Buxton hit a solo rod in the 5th, which was the 85th of his career at Target Field. That pushes him past the Strudel, Max Kepler, for the all-time leader as far as home runs at the home ballpark. So they got another night game with the Red Sox. Mick Abel.
Oh, I love to see this guy have a great night.
Versus Sonny Gray.
Yes. And Sonny Gray, by the way, is pitching phenomenally well right now. If you look at his, there's a lot of different statistics that you judge pitching on, and whip is one of them. Whip is that kind of, you add up hits and walks versus innings pitched. Mm-hmm. And if your whip is under 1, that's exceptional. And right now his is .98. So he's just had a phenomenal start for the Red Sox. And he'll be, you know what, if they beat him, add him to that list. I know he's not left-handed, but add him to that list of great pitching that the Twins have gotten after so far.
Sure. Got a text message right here that says, where are all those anti-Polad people now?
Okay, Sid.
Is that another bro lad checking in? You're a bro lad.
Where are all those anti-Polad family people now?
Oh, that's funny. You know, if the season were to end today, the Twins would be in first place in the American League with a 10-7 record. If the season were to end today.
Right. Do they currently have the best record in the American League?
Tied with Cleveland.
Cleveland.
But I will give them the tiebreaker. So the Twins would be the best team in the American League.
By the way, yes, Josh.
Barsaw Jesus asked, did the Polads fix the Twins? Are they just so much smarter than anyone can even understand? Maybe they were right all along.
They're like Christian Ponder.
They'll figure it out.
Just like my buddy said about Christian Ponder at the bar one night when everyone was booing Christian Ponder and saying, get this guy out of here, he sucks. The bar crowd just isn't smart enough to understand Christian Ponder. And maybe Twins fans just aren't bright enough to understand the Polads. Look what they've done. Look what they've done for you. By the way, I just saw an article on MinnesotaSportsFan.com. I think that was the name of the website. Some gal got into a verbal dust-up with one of the Polads at a ball game a night or two, where she was wearing a hat that said "Sell the Team." Okay? She's sitting directly behind one of the Pohlads, and I can't tell one from the other.
It was
Maybe
Tom Pohlad.
Tommy Pohlad.
According to the article.
So, according to the article and this gal, Tommy Pohlad turns around and he's mean-mugging her all night long. She has no idea she's sitting behind Tommy Pohlad until somebody, I think, tapped her on the shoulder and said, hey, you're sitting behind Tommy. He sees the stocking cap she's wearing that says sell the team, and he's mean-mugging her, according to the article, and eventually called her classless, and they got into a little bit of a jaw-jacking match.
Not a good move by the Twins owner to be doing that.
Not a good look at all.
Yeah, I'm kind
Not
of surprised.
a good look.
I mean, that happens so often. I'm surprised.
Not a good look.
Yeah,
That he
you got
react
to
that
understand why people feel that way, and
Right.
you got to own it.
Well, anyway, yes, Randy.
And just have the, instead of mean mugging, have the courage just to maybe have a dialogue and be positive about it, and just say, hey, we're going to do our best to turn this around, instead of doing that. That's not going to work.
Have her make you an offer. Maybe you'd be intrigued.
At any rate, I know this gal personally.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
She kind of looks familiar. I was wondering if I've met her before.
You have.
Okay, yeah, she does look familiar to me.
I know at least in the past she was a, what's the word I'm looking for, a supporter of this here radio program. So I don't know. Maybe we could drag her on the air and ask her what happened.
So what happened after that?
I just skimmed through the story. I don't.
Well, they didn't throw her out though.
Not as far as I read.
Well, good.
She was sitting with her son, of a 12, 13-year-old kid. There was just a little verbal dust-up between this gal and Tom Pohlad, and the article notes that many people have been tweeting and saying, like you guys just got done saying, not a good look for the Pohlad.
So I'm curious, Nick, how that ended. I won't even call it a confrontation, but that ended up in the media. Did she post something?
I have no idea.
So
okay,
people are
because
go ahead. Sorry.
I'm just sorry. I just don't understand how that ended up being a public deal. Somebody had to have said something that this happened, or it was posted on social. Or
yeah, somehow it ended up on social media. I don't know whose doing it was. Josh, do you know whose doing it was?
I'm not sure. I mean, there was videos posted, not of the confrontation, but the article, MinnesotaSportsFan.com, they said they talked to some people who backed up her story, but now some people are texting in saying there's a lot more that happened than that.
Well, maybe we can find out. If you feel like it, if you want to go in that direction. Now, people are texting in saying she was swearing and being mean.
Went after his kids, according to a couple people.
Went after whose kids?
Tom Pohlad's kids.
Oh, Christ.
That changes things.
That's according to a couple people.
Yeah. This could be uglier than we even think. So there you go. Oh, Randy Shaver. Yeah, I got a text message here from Jesushausen. And he said, that's it. I'm convinced the Twins are the best baseball team of all time.
You mean the current Twins?
Current Twins.
Yes.
We've been, mentioned Derek Shelton once or twice. So far, especially when you consider what we discussed a few minutes ago, crushing Garrett Crochet, Skubal, Framber Valdez. Who the hell's the current hitting coach on the Twins roster? I don't even know who it is. No. We should start giving credit for now. I mean, it's early in the season. We should start giving credit to guys like the pitching and the hitting coaches. Word up to them. Word up to them. Keith
Beauregard?
I was going to say, I'll let you try that one, Josh.
Beauregard? B-E-U-R.
Yeah.
Beauregard, maybe.
Beauregard. Oh, yeah, Beauregard. There's another E there. Yeah, Beauregard.
Whoever you fellers are, you're getting full credit for what we're seeing so far.
Oh, the assistant hitting coach is named Raiden Sierra. That's kind of a cool name.
I wonder if he has any relation to Ruben Sierra.
Ruben on the High Sierra.
Yeah. I'm putting that. You're in charge of that, Dana.
All right.
Is Raiden Sierra the son or nephew of Ruben Sierra? I bet you it won't take you that long.
Either way, they're off to a good start. But Brad was right the other day. when you look at the standings, not just in the American League, but throughout the entire league, entire Major League Baseball, yes, the Dodgers stick out, but everybody else is about 500 or a little above 500 or a little below 500. I don't think I've ever seen standings 20 games into a season look like this. Really, honestly, it's. I mean, you can call it parity because it's everybody's about 500, but it's pretty unusual to see it. The numbers of the wins losses for all these teams right now.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. It's interesting.
No relation between Raiden and Ruben Sierra.
That blows my...
damn.
My Tuesday's ruined.
Yes, I wanted that to be a connection.
Takes all the momentum away from the program.
Should we just end it now?
Did you guys see the video of, is this the Baltimore Orioles manager, Craig Albernaz?
I think so.
Yeah, that's how it was described.
Never heard of the guy. Got smoked in the mug by a foul ball standing in the dugout.
I'm surprised that doesn't happen more often.
Yeah. Right-handed batter for the Orioles, couldn't get around on a fastball, chucked it right into the Orioles dugout. Manager took it right in the smush. I bet that batter felt good about that. Hey, I just put our skipper in the hospital.
That's always the concern, regardless of any level of baseball, of the guy in the warm-up circle, right? The guy who's on deck getting ready to go bat.
Oh, yeah.
That he's not paying attention and a foul ball comes flying off the bat and you get smacked. So
apparently the manager for Baltimore's baseball team, the Orioles, Craig Albernaz, apparently he's doing okay. He actually returned to the dugout after getting looked at by some doctors and whatnot.
Man, that looked like it hurt.
Ooh,
I'll bet it did.
He had no chance to get out of the way.
This one wasn't a foul ball, but my favorite ball to the face story in baseball, and don't get cute with that, as Nick would say. My buddy in high school, he's on the mound, and he throws a pitch. Catcher obviously catches it, and the manager is kind of chirping at him, telling him, like, giving him some instruction, and he's not looking. The catcher just assumes he's looking and throws it back to him, hits him right in the mouth. He had to go get stitches.
Oh, God.
We still make fun of him for that one. Dumbass.
Again, whenever we tell these bing bing line drive foul ball stories, this is back at the old Metrodome before they put up any of that silly netting. But me and a pal were at the old Metrodome, and we watched a left-handed batter unable to come around on a fastball, and he sprayed that friggin' baseball into the stands at 110, 115 miles an hour. Dude was sitting in about the third row, and this is the sound we heard in the Dome, and as a lot of you know, this was one of those home games where you could have heard a player taking a piss in the clubhouse. There was nobody.
Right.
Nobody. It was straight up like this. That's how fat... That's how it went from bat to face.
Right.
This poor guy is knocked completely out cold. Laying down in the aisle. They pulled him out of his seat and laid him on his back in the aisle. He's still sound asleep. Here comes the Metrodome folks with the mops because he's hemorrhaging blood out of his skull.
Oh.
The last thing I remember watching is they're hauling this guy's carcass out. He's on his back. He's on a stretcher. I think he had woken up a little bit, and he had 2 children with him. Mm-hmm. And they're crying their eyes out because Dad is 3/4 dead on the stretcher. It was just a morbid scene.
Oh.
Yeah.
There was no mom there. It was just Dad with the 2 little kids. Ooh, did that guy get smoked.
And the stands at the Metrodome were fairly close to home plate. It was a pretty tight fit around there. And you're right. The screen only went a certain way around the back of the batter's box. So if you were from the dugouts over, those were all open. They weren't screened. Yeah.
Oh,
scary.
Man. One of our listeners says here he took a line drive right to the Ray-Bans in high school.
That'll do some damage.
Yeah.
Had to get some stitches. But in his nose, Josh, not in his vent.
Oh, yeah, his vent's a little lower. Gosh, I bet that hurt.
He's probably more upset about the Ray-Bans getting broken.
Yeah, I asked him. Those are expensive, aren't they?
Yeah.
Well, back in the 80s, those things cost $12, $14. Yeah. And in the 80s, $12, $14 was a lot of money. Paul Skeens, starting pitcher for the Pittsburgh Pirates, keeps striking fools out at a record pace. What did he do last night? Struck 6 batters out, so he's well, this is kind of one of those quirky little stats where you wonder who the hell came up with it. He's the first pitcher in the modern era to reach 400 strikeouts in his first 59 start. Okay, I'm throwing this away. He strikes a lot of people out.
Yeah. He does, yes. And he's off to a good start. Remember last year he was probably a little over 500 for the season, but his ERA and his, statistical numbers were phenomenal. He was just so good. But the Pirates are a better baseball team, and that's why I think you'll see him win a lot more games this year because Pittsburgh's team is much better. So.
Yeah, the Pirates, the Buccos, they're doing all right. Man, someone just sent me one of these all-timer type pictures. You see it on the internet about every 3-4 days. And it's that poor bastard at a baseball game a few years ago who took a bat to the jaw when the bat fell out the batter's hands on a home run swing. And the bat goes into the stands. Josh, are you looking at this?
Yeah. Boy, that really alters his face immediately.
Hit him right in the jawbone.
So how did that get through the screen? I don't understand how that happens.
Maybe this was pre-screen. It looks like no, it looks modern enough to, I don't know, it snuck its way somehow into the seats.
Yeah, I don't know how it would have gotten through the screen.
Well, it did.
Some of the people around him are even funnier.
Yeah.
Like their reaction, except there's like one little girl that appears, hey, I'm going to try and catch this thing.
I got it.
Everybody else is ducking like they're getting bombed.
Yeah, that brace yourself look is a fun look on people when the freeze frame happens.
The photo's from 2006.
2006?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's pre-screen then.
Is that pre-screen?
I think so.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wow, that doesn't look so old. But it happened. Ask this dude in the picture with the fat part of the baseball bat hitting him in the jaw. It happened.
College football official Jesus said he umpires high school baseball. He saw a pitcher take a line drive to the eye. Said the sound was awful. He was out cold before he even hit the ground. Turns out he was okay, but he said it was really scary.
It's those godforsaken aluminum bats.
Yeah, didn't you say you can't watch the College World Series because you can't handle the ping?
I cannot stand the ping noise from an aluminum bat at a high school or a college baseball game. It makes my skin crawl.
Yeah, the exit speed is just insane.
So, Randy Shaver, the junior varsity Pigs lost to some version of the St. Louis Blues last night. Doesn't matter at all. They play their final regular season game tonight at home. Doesn't matter at all. And then we can all start touching ourselves over the playoff.
Right. And do we know when the playoffs begin?
No.
Have they set that yet? Okay.
They got to wait for some of these other clubs to, play their final.
Sure. We know the Wolves open up on Saturday at 2:30.
Word.
Perfect pregame for WrestleMania.
Yep. We're just waiting for the Wild.
Is WrestleMania on Saturday?
Yep, Saturday and Sunday.
Are you going to watch?
And Monday and Tuesday?
Thankfully, they've only stretched it out to 2 days. We haven't gotten to the 3-day yet, but that's inevitable.
I never thought this would happen, but I am so out of touch with television wrestling. I wouldn't have been able to tell you when WrestleMania lands anymore. And I hate myself for it.
Now, Dana, don't you kind of say every year, I'm done, but then you continue to watch it?
Well, WrestleMania is the one that I always watch for sure. Me and my old college roommates, and yes, you can go ahead and make fun of me. This is dorky, but we all watch it on Zoom together and have some laughs and some beers because we all live in different states now. But yeah, no, Mania is the one that I always watch, but I've actually been tuned in more to wrestling lately than I have been in years past. I was like Nick and completely had lost track of everything, but I've gotten back into it, and it's been fun.
Do you guys dress up at all?
We have in the past. I think we're past.
Oh, God, come on.
No, past, do you mean 2025?
Come on.
Oh, so a funny story. Me and these roommates in college, we went to WrestleMania in Orlando. It was like our senior year. It was the Ric Flair, Shawn Michaels WrestleMania, Nick, if you remember that one.
Of course.
Yeah. And
I love you. I'm sorry.
I had the bright idea that I was going to wear my Roddy Piper costume on the plane. Because, you occasionally see, people flying to a Vikings game. Everybody's decked out in Vikings gear. we're flying to Orlando. I go, there's going to be a bunch of wrestling fans. I'll wear my Roddy Piper kilt and leather jacket. People get a kick out of it. And then I forget it's Orlando, Disney World, spring break. The entire plane is filled with kids going to Disney World, and they're like, who is this guy wearing a skirt on our plane right now?
Oh, my God.
It was so embarrassing.
They're probably too young to know the legacy of the hot rod.
Exactly.
If it means anything to you, it's probably more embarrassing to your travel companion than to you.
Yeah.
They had some feather boas going, too. I wasn't the only one dressed up.
All right, I think you're going to really like this. I'm sure most of you hockey fans can recall seeing Chris Pronger out there on the ice.
Yep.
Big bastard defenseman, Canadian. Hart Trophy winner, which for you folks here in the state of hockey who aren't aware, that's MVP. That's most valuable player.
State of hockey.
Hall of Famer, Chris Pronger. Played for 18 years, for Pete's sake, starting back in 1993 with the Hartford Whalers. Well, the prick Upton wrote a book about his life. The book is called Earned: The True Cost of Greatness, from one of hockey's fiercest competitors. Okay, that's a fine title, I guess. Apparently, Chris Pronger is brutally honest in the book about the good and the bad, including this here, where he says in the book that he got so drunk one night, he signed a 5-year deal to play for the Edmonton Oilers. And he didn't mean to, because he was wasted. There was a telephone conversation with him and his agent and probably the GM of the Oilers, and it was going on, and they were discussing numbers and years, and Pronger got so hammered, by the time the telephone call was over, he had agreed to a deal with the Oilers, and he was wasted.
Well, I forget, was your ab roller a drunk purchase?
Yes, it was. Ab-Dolly.
Yeah, I couldn't remember which one it was.
My Ab-Dolly. Yes, 2-3 in the morning. I'm drunk. I was 4 years old, and an advertisement comes on my television about the Ab-Dolly. The spokesperson for the Ab-Dolly was former NFL quarterback Jake Plummer.
Oh.
And Jake had his shirt off, and he was using the Ab-Dolly, and he came out of it. He just looked beautiful with the abs. And so I bought it, and it worked. It really did. I didn't regret that purchase at all.
Do you still have it?
Nope. I finally threw away the final pieces of it, I don't know, a couple years ago. So here's Pronger, Chris Pronger. So the fun part about having beer goggles for the Oilers and signing a deal with that hockey club at 3 in the morning was that his wife had absolutely zero interest in living in Edmonton. And the next day, she was all like, why the F did you sign a 5-year deal to play in Edmonton? She sees it on television. And Pronger was like, wait a minute, who signed?
Oh, my God.
What defenseman signed with Edmonton? And she said, you did, you friggin' moron. And he said, oh, Jesus Christ, I did? I'm sorry, I was hammered. I didn't know what I was doing. I'm sorry. So his wife was miserable all season up there in Alberta. If I remember right, they made it all the way to the Cup final, losing to Carolina that season. She's ready to divorce him over this. So according to Chris Pronger's autobiography, he had to force a trade after only 1 year with the Oilers because his wife never forgave him for getting so drunk he agreed to move their family to Alberta without checking with her first.
Yeah, I'd have a hard time forgiving that as well. Actually, I would have been like, go have fun. We'll stay here.
She probably would have been like, I'd rather have you cheat on me while you're hammered than sign a contract in Edmonton.
I mean, at that point in his career, he was a veteran. He knew the business. He knew the ups and downs. He knew the backlash he was going to face for this, but he had a choice. It was force a trade with the Oilers, who had been good to him overall. Force a trade with them, anger all the hockey fans in that town, or get a divorce.
Yeah, I mean, why didn't you? I guess, you want to be with your husband and the father of your children, but the athletes do that all the time, don't they? Where, like, the family just stays back?
Yeah,
and they go back and forth.
I guess
stuff like that.
It does happen a lot.
Yeah.
They're not the types, I guess.
Oh, he got traded to Anaheim and won the Cup the next year. All worked out for the guy.
He and the old lady will be celebrating their 25th wedding anniversary this summer. It all worked out. It was a close one.
Not celebrating in Edmonton.
I friggin' love picturing this big jabroni waking up just in a pool of sweat.
Cobwebs up in the brain.
Hung over to beat piss. And his wife says, Edmonton? And he says, what about it?
Hate the place.
Oh.
Would the ab dolly be the closest you can come to that story, Nick, as far as making a drunk decision? I mean, outside of some of the obvious.
So outside of the obvious.
The obvious.
Right.
Something that bizarre.
That was...
Where I said, wait, I agreed to this?
Like a lot of drinkers, I've made some twisted decisions while drunk. But if we're eliminating a certain category, I never made any other drunken purchases or anything that I can recall other than the Ab Dolly. Brought to you by Jake Plummer, who had a terrific career.
Solid abs.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else, Josh. Again, if we're eliminating company-related decisions. I got to make a note here. Make myself a note. I don't want to forget to. So, Josh, tell us about that trip you're planning.
Well, Randy, we're going to go watch a Padres game in San Diego.
Oh, good for
We've
you.
been traveling to watch baseball games of the last couple of years.
That park's wonderful from everything I've heard.
Yeah.
Oh, is it
Petco?
really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
To be honest, I haven't heard too much about it.
Anytime you see one of those top 10 lists of stadiums, it's always in the top 5, top 3.
Oh, look at us, living the high life. I didn't even know.
The Bitneys. Everything's coming up Bitney.
We went to Fenway last year, and that was a blast.
Yeah, awesome.
You know how off-air we were joking around about if you have any important life decisions that you should call my wife?
Yes.
Taxes, call my wife. Traveling, call my wife.
I did. Your wife helped us out big time.
You want to know something or another about Petco Park?
What's that?
Call my wife.
Oh, yeah.
She's been to San Diego many times and has, I think, even done a tour or two of Petco Park.
Oh, we'll have to do that. I love seeing the Navy stuff that's there. I can't wait to do that, get on those aircraft carriers again.
You'll have to go to the zoo.
Oh, yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to do SeaWorld.
Got to go to the zoo. Zoo is amazing.
Do a little bit. We went to the Top Gun bar by accident last time we were there. That was cool.
By the way, she just texted and said, when you go to Petco Park, she says, try and avoid the attendant. What do they call the guy who stands there and checks your ticket? What do you call? Usher.
Yeah.
Avoid the usher in section 107. He gets a little handsy.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Josh might be interested in that.
Yeah, I'll have to maybe talk to my wife. Might be interested in that.
Well, like Ashley said, everybody wants to get some.
Yep.
Yeah,
This is Josh's opportunity in section 107 at Petco.
Ashley did bring up earlier that people just want to get some every day. Yeah, people are saying Petco is the S.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a listener, Josh, who said he got drunk a few years ago and bought a year's subscription to Culligan Water at the State Fair.
Hey, that's not too bad.
He said, I didn't remember this agreement until they knocked on my door with giant jugs of water in their hands. Oh, that's
funny.
right. I got hammered at the fair and signed up for a year's worth of Culligan Water.
I haven't. I've come close. There's been times I'm like, you know what? I'm going to buy a crotch rocket. I'll look online after drinking a little too much. Luckily, I've never clicked on anything, but come close.
One time in college, we saw one of those late-night infomercials that was, for 10 cents a day, you can help this kid out or something like that. And we did it with the idea that it might impress some ladies if we put the kid's picture up on the fridge and showed that we're donating money every month. It didn't work.
It didn't work? Nobody?
No, we really cared.
I used to see those commercials all the time.
Yeah.
Man.
Here's who's taking part in those silly NBA play-in games tonight and when. Starting at 6:30, the Miami Heat play the Charlotte Hornets. Now, that's a 9 and 10 seed matchup, so the loser is done for the season.
Correct.
At 9 o'clock, you'll get the Portland Trailblazers and the Phoenix Suns playing in Arizona. That's a 7 and 8 seed type of a setup. So the winner gets the 7 seed. The loser gets another crack at it.
Right.
More of these play-in games are scheduled for tomorrow night. Randy Shaver, all play-in games are broadcast on Prime Video the way God intended. So you're not happy about that setup, are you?
Well, I have Prime, so I'm fine. But I'm just saying, I'm sure a lot of fans are not going to be happy with how this is going to be presented in the playoffs, because more times than not, it's going to be on a streaming service. And that's, they signed a deal with Prime. And the NBA was on Prime, I think, every Monday night or Tuesday night during the regular season. So it's not surprising that Prime is going to be carrying playoff games. I just hope that the Timberwolves are not going to be on Prime every single time. I hope they're going to be on a national broadcast, whether it's NBC or ABC, ESPN, something.
If it's on
other than Prime.
If it's on a streaming service, I wonder if that's a better one to be on, just because plenty of people.
Prime?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people have that just for shopping.
For shopping, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's how I have it. But also, the NFL is on Prime, so it's to me, it's probably the best one to have. Yeah. So.
Shakes his head, Jesus sold something online while drunk. We were talking about buying things when drunk. Shakes his head, Jesus sold a pair of tennis shoes. He sold them online, and he said he woke up the next morning to some dude knocking on the door asking for the pair of Nikes, which I was wearing when he showed up.
That's a business for some people.
Yeah.
The Minnesota Lynx selected a point guard in the WNBA draft, a gal from Texas Christian University named Olivia Miles.
Yeah, fabulous player.
I liked her hairdo.
Yeah, she's a really, really good player.
That's what I hear. They say she's the clear-cut best passer and pure point guard. Point guard in the draft.
Yeah, and think about, this was a really deep draft. Obviously, UCLA had 6 players drafted, which is amazing. But they passed on the 6'7" Lauren Betts to take the point guard. I think Lauren Betts is going to – she went to the Mystics in Washington. She's just a phenomenal player at 6'7" with the feet that the way that she moves, just everything about her. She's really good, but Miles fits the Lynx perfectly.
Okay.
They've been operating really without a clear point guard since Lindsay Whalen, really.
Right.
And she is clearly the best point guard, and she can shoot the three as well as anybody in this draft. So it's a great pick for them.
Did you see her haircut?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. That was
cool.
Lights out.
Love it.
One cool haircut. It says here the number 1 overall pick was a gal from Connecticut named Azzy Fudd.
Right. Ozzy. I think it's Azzy.
Azzy Fudd. That's the first Fudd family member I've heard of since Elmer.
That's true.
Are they related?
They got to be.
I've never heard of another Fudd.
I think she's his niece.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
There was Elmer and now this Azzy. I've never heard that surname anywhere else.
Yeah.
And yes, Randy.
I was just saying, by the way, if you believe in the scouting stuff on ESPN.com, they grade all these players. The only one I think that has a 100% grade is Olivia Miles. Even the number 1 pick, Fudd, is a grade out at 98. Miles graded out at 100. That's how really good she is.
I'm going to hang on to that all day long. Last name of Fudd.
That's Paige Becker's girlfriend, is it not?
I have no idea.
I thought they were dating. I thought that was the.
I don't know what they're
about that.
What the hell they're doing?
Well, they're on the same team, aren't they? They're both playing for Dallas.
I'll go along with it.
Yeah, she was drafted by Dallas. So,
Azzy Fudd. Okay, I'll get over it at one point or another. We got to get going here shortly. I thought I had one more thing in mind. F it. Dana was telling his story earlier about heading down to WrestleMania dressed as Roddy.
Yes.
Roddy Piper. I dressed up once for WrestleMania. and I always have this problem. Was it WrestleMania 8? Someone will have to look this up. Caesars Palace, Las Vegas. It was nicknamed the world's largest toga party. Do I have the right WrestleMania?
I believe so.
It was
It looks
9.
like it.
9, sorry.
Yeah.
WrestleMania 9 was the world's largest toga party. That's how they sold it months ahead of time. And it was all outdoors at Caesars Palace. And it was widely regarded as the worst WrestleMania of all time.
Mm-hmm.
It featured Giant Gonzalez and these terrible it was just awful. But Big Al shows up at my house day of. He's got a keg of beer, and he's wearing a toga. And he says, settle in. We're watching WrestleMania today. I'm laughing my balls off. You know, at the time, I think we were 20 or 21 years old. Al walks up my driveway wearing a full-on toga like he's an extra from Animal House, right? Broad daylight. All the neighbors can see him and everything. Yeah. I quickly was on board, and I went into my room, and I found a sheet, and now I am wearing a toga. So the two of us are sitting with a keg of beer, and we're watching, and my brother comes home. My brother and I lived together at the time. And my brother walks in and says, you two guys look like the biggest jag-offs I've ever seen in my... What are you doing, you morons?
Right.
And it's just the two of you. It's not like there's chicks to impress or
Yeah,
anything.
Right.
that's so dorky.
And he said, this is embarrassing to even be. And we said, hey, a keg of beer and WrestleMania. My brother leaves the room, returns wearing his own toga.
He wasn't going to turn down a party.
No, back in those days, Al and I were lucky to get a couple of beers out of that keg. Back when my brother was a drinker, we were lucky we got 2 or 3 to ourselves.
As you can imagine, I mean, I've been invited to so many parties, like in college.
Yeah, all the parties.
Yes.
You're like
Party
top on the
animal.
list. Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically, I had no time for school. Were there toga parties after the 80s? Do people do those?
College
Oh,
kids did, yeah.
100%. Yeah. I've been
Yeah.
in a toga a time or two.
Have you? Okay.
College kids would pull it off now and again, cubby.
Yeah, despite all the invites, I've never seen one.
Well, you just had so many better opportunities.
Yes. Yeah.
Exactly.
Anytime the toga party fell, you had something better to go do.
Thank you, Queen. You're right.
Randy Shaver will jaw jack with you tomorrow.
Sounds good.
Half-assed morning show. 93X.
Well, hello to all the wonderful podcasters out there, wherever in the world you're listening right now. We truly appreciate it. Dana here. Yeah, I'm a sports junkie, I'm a wing lover, and of course a Smart Club member because I trust my home comfort to Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, and I really think you should too. Right now it's HVAC Mania, and these deals will help offset the cost when your brackets get busted. You can score a $45 coupon on a furnace tune-up, normally $148. And no, it's never too late to show your furnace some love. And if your system's about to crash out like a 5-seat against a 12, now's the time to replace it on your schedule with 0% financing from Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. Go to standardheating.com and mention 93X. Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, providing the comfort you deserve since 1930.
Years of hard work, and now you've got pain in your back, your shoulders, your knees, maybe your joints. You need help. Randy Shaver here with the answer. Dave Bialke. He's got over 30 years experience in getting workers' compensation benefits for people just like you. Don't suffer. Call Bialke Law today, 763-571-2410, or go to bialkelaw.com. That's BIALKE law.com. And it spells relief for you.
The countdown is on for the 2026 NFL Draft presented by Bud Light. Catch all 7 rounds, 3 days, live from Pittsburgh, April 23rd through 25th. Watch every pick live on NFL Network, ESPN, and ABC. NFL Network is also streaming with NFL Plus. It all starts Thursday, April 23rd at 8 p.m. Eastern. Visit NFL.com/draft for more information. Subscription required for NFL Plus. Visit plus.nfl.com for terms.
The Half-Assed Morning Show.
Minnesota's 93X.
Yeah. You had to be there. Welcome on back. It is 8:35. You people are the best. Absolutely. Great crowd. We got Cubby.
Yes.
Light of my life.
Hello.
Earlier I suggested you seek the help of a therapist.
You did, yes.
I shouted it at you. If you weren't listening earlier, there was reason behind it. You saddle yourself. I worry about you because you saddle yourself mentally with all types of silliness You worry about this and that. You worry about personal interactions that you've had, personal encounters.
Right. I relive rather benign moments, yet realize I'm a huge idiot, you know? Like
Absolutely.
that little stumble right there. I'll be thinking about that the rest of the day.
Right. It's true. Little things most folks can let go of. You hang on to it forever. God knows you've got enough problems already, but yet you add to it by worrying about these little... you were telling us earlier about an interaction you had yesterday, I think, that you're having trouble letting go of. Can I ask you to repeat that?
Took a little while for me to get over it, just long enough for the next interaction. Walking down a long hallway, principal's there to greet me at a greet everybody at a basketball game. It's
You're
just
a
me and him.
51-year-old man. What are you doing, you and a principal in a hallway?
Yeah, he's waiting there to greet parents as they go into a basketball game.
You're going off to the basketball game.
Just me and him. Long walk, right? He's staring at me the whole time. Get up there, and he's like, good afternoon. And I said, morning to you. You know, why couldn't I just say good afternoon? It was clearly the afternoon. It's 4 in the afternoon.
Was it the long walk that built up your anxiety?
Yep, because I was trying to think, what do I say to the guy? And he said it first, so I was
he's
thrown
not
off.
the boss of you. You're a grown man.
He's the principal. Of course he's the boss of me. I'm at his school.
He said good afternoon. You said
good morning.
Good morning.
Stupid.
And that is...
And I told my wife I can never come back to this school. What if I see him again?
That's a problem for you.
Not dramatic.
And then on the way home, I waved to a guy who I thought was waving at me, but he was picking his nose. Get over that one. Nobody's had a worse day ever. Everything going on in the world right now does not compare to that day I had yesterday.
And something else that you saddle yourself with, you're always trying to fix people. If someone is sad, even if it's a complete stranger, you want to make sure you brighten their day. I don't know how you hold it all in your head at one time. But here's the thing. Tell me if you can add to this here. A little bit different than this encounter you had with the principal, who, again, has no control over you. You are a grown man, an adult. See if you can add to this, even though it's a little different. People have been sharing humiliating moments when they tried to impress someone and failed miserably. You weren't really trying to impress this principal.
No.
You were just trying to give him a straight-up hello.
I'm happy to see you.
Yes. But if you can take a slight right turn, can you add to the conversation where people failed miserably when trying to impress someone?
Absolutely. In high school, I used to bike constantly. Me and my friends were so into it. The movie Rad helped. We were into BMX bikes. We'd make ramps. We biked to Ely, for crying out loud. We were so into it.
Like Napoleon and Pedro.
Yeah, we just loved it. Absolutely loved it. And we got pretty decent at it. I mean, my friend's better than me, but I was okay.
Building jumps.
Everything. We were so into it. And there was a McDonald's by our school in Richfield there. I went to Holy Angels. And they had freshly graveled the drive or the parking lot, and I didn't really think too much about it. But what we used to do is kind of do a skid when we got up to the window, because that's where all the Richfield kids would sit, and we'd think, we're going to make them think we're really cool.
Sick, bro.
And so we would skid and like do a 180 and just kind of back our bikes in. And, we'd lay them down because you couldn't use a kickstand. That was for nerds.
Oh, no, never.
But one time I just kept going because I was sliding on the rocks there.
Oh.
And, I was just covered in blood when I got up.
Hey, that's
so
pretty
much
cool, though.
road rash.
You wiped out.
In front of like I said, there's a big window there that everybody sat in. That's just where everyone sat. Chicks, dudes, everything. Like the football team, some of the cool kids, the nerd kids, everybody sat there and everyone saw it. So I had a moment like, do I just cut my losses and get out of here, or do I walk in and try and pretend like it wasn't that big a deal?
I meant to do it.
What did you do?
I walked in there and tried to laugh it off, like, yeah, it happens.
You're trying to drain a Shamrock Shake.
Oh, I was mortified.
And you're hemorrhaging from your thighs and calves.
This is 30-some years ago, and I had a buddy bring it up the other day. Hey, you skidding out on your bike still, pal?
Of course.
I felt so stupid. I thought I looked so cool up until that moment.
We'd love to hear our listeners' take on this. If you've ever terribly humiliated yourself when trying to impress someone. Like an example here. It says here this was a high school setup. My crush worked at an ice cream shop. And again, 651-989-9393. Go ahead if you've got a story. My crush worked at an ice cream shop. This is a dude talking. She asked what toppings I wanted, and I said, I'll have Reese's penises, please.
That's not the name of the product, I don't think.
The sumbitch got wound up. He got too tight. This was his crush on the other side of that ice cream counter. Ordered himself ice cream with Reese's penises. Another individual says, I was randomly picked to go backstage at a big festival show and meet a band.
Cool.
I had no idea who the band was, but I met them. I got a signed poster, shook all their hands. And then I said to the band, you guys were awesome. Great show.
Oh.
And the singer said, well, we haven't played yet. My favorite ever that I've ever, as far as humiliating yourself, trying to impress someone, I wasn't there. This is a story from my sister. She and her best girlfriend, Missy, they go to this regular bar night after night after night. Not only did they enjoy the bar, but Missy had a massive crush on one of the bartenders. So she loved to sit there and drink, and she and my sister made an agreement, hey, everything I say, make it seem like it's entertaining. Everything I say, laugh at everything I say. They're trying, Missy at least, and my sister is helping as her wing woman. They're trying to impress this bartender. And my sister finally got tired of the gimmick and said, would you just ask the sumbitch out? We sit here night after night and you pose for him and we laugh and you try to create this vibe. Just ask the prick out. And so Missy says, okay, tonight is the night she's going to do it. So kind of like that scene from Dumb and Dumber where Jim Carrey's character is putting out the vibe, right? Mm-hmm. He's leaning on that table and showing off his ass, right? It kind of reminds me of that. So Missy says, okay, I'm going to ask the bartender out, and she puts herself in this relaxed-looking pose.
Super chill.
She's standing up now, and she's leaning one arm on the bar, preparing to ask this guy out. What she didn't know is the palm of her hand is resting on the drink sprayer thing. What do you call that thing?
Yeah, like the fountain.
The fountain,
whatever you call it.
Yeah, the fountain gun. The gun.
The gun. Yeah.
The drink gun. She doesn't realize that her leaning arm, the palm of her hand is directly on that drink gun. And right as she begins to say, hey, Gary, would you be interested in you and I going on? She puts all of her weight on it, and the Sprite or something sprays directly into her face.
That's hot stuff.
And it's now the, hey, Gary, would you like to go out? Turns into, oh, no. She doesn't realize that she's the one doing it.
Oh, no.
She thinks maybe someone else at the bar is spraying her, but no.
Those things are strong, too.
Looking around for who is spraying. She's doing it to herself. Full-on Sprite all over her face. Like a soft drink money shot. In the end, she never got it out. She couldn't. She was so beyond humiliated.
You go home after that.
You go into the bathroom, you clean off, and you run out of, while crying.
And it probably wouldn't have worked out anyway because we all know Gary was in love with Lisa. So.
Oh, boy. He really was. Mm-hmm. Took him a while to get over that.
Sure did.
I've seen a few people crash trying to look cool. Saw a guy buy a motorcycle, instantly try a wheelie, and then instantly destroyed his motorcycle.
Well, here's somebody who tumbled down a flight of stairs when trying to parkour his way through a group of cute girls.
Oh, man. I thought that was so cool when that was big.
Parkour?
Yeah, me and the kids used to do that all the time.
I do it as a joke. I'll hop off a curb and I'm like, parkour.
Parkour.
Yeah, hardcore parkour.
You did not think that was cool.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we did it as a bit, right? I think from The Office maybe when they did it. But what was it, one of the James Bond movies, or one of them kind of made the parkour?
Yeah, I think, was it Bond or was it a Mission Impossible? It was one of those two.
I can't remember. If it was Casino Royale maybe. It was one of those where...
long extended chase scene.
Yeah, and it was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
651-989-9393 if you've just made a complete asshat out of yourself while trying to impress somebody. Yeah,
Back in high school, when it started to become in vogue and trendy to do an over-the-top asking somebody to the dance type thing, I think they call them promposals now. A buddy of mine, for his homecoming date, he got on the loudspeaker at a soccer game at halftime and asked the girl to go to homecoming with him. She was so embarrassed and so mortified, she started crying. Everybody in the stands, like her parents were pissed off at this guy for doing it. It was just a complete, absolute disaster.
Oh, no.
And you think he's going to be a big shot.
I love it.
And then she's on the field so embarrassed, she's crying.
Oh, man, that sucks for everybody.
I know. It was a no-win situation. I mean, we thought it was funny. But.
Yeah, that sucks for a couple of people, not everybody. Yeah. What do we got here? Text messages have come in. Oh, yeah. 19-year-old guy walking with his pals over at the college, walking with his pals, the hottest girl in all the school was walking in front of them, and his buddies dared him to run ahead and ask her out. Well, he tried. He picked up his pace a little bit, twisted his ankle, and ended up landing in the grass next to the sidewalk.
Oh, man. I thought of a couple more crashes. I crashed on a skateboard in front of a bus load of my peers.
Oh.
And this person says, thanks a lot for bringing up those regrettable moments. I'm a 46-year-old lady, got caught looking at a handsome construction man and ran into a curb. I did the same thing when I was in high school. The Washburn High School, I've told this before, but the Washburn High School cheerleaders were practicing right in front of Washburn High School. It's kind of a windy road, and I crashed a motorcycle into a curb, did a sweet endo, almost landed in a tree. Luckily, I wasn't going fast, but that was one of the more embarrassing things I've ever been a part of. In front of a bunch of hot chicks, Dana.
Hot chicks.
Of course, in grade school, where did you do all your showing off? I know where we did all of our showing off.
The playground.
That's where I spent most of my days.
Where'd you grow up again?
Philadelphia. That's where I was born and raised.
I meant specifically, you're right, the playground, of course. That's where we all headed when they would cut us loose. But I meant specifically the swing set. At least at my grade school, you impressed the gals by how high you could swing and then how far you could launch yourself off of the swing.
Sure. I missed that.
Right.
That was fun.
Here's a guy on the swings, 4th grade, tried to impress a girl, came sailing off that pig, broke both wrists, and his mother had to wipe his ass for 2 months.
Oh, no.
I finally remembered one. I knew there had to be one in here that I've done before. This was so bad.
Oh.
There was this boy that I really liked when I was in elementary school. I can't remember what grade it was, but he really liked football, like all boys do at that age. And I thought it would be cool to wear, like, my brother's football jersey to school, right? Because, like, that means I also like football.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it didn't go over well, and then I hid under a desk.
Well, what do you mean it didn't go very well?
Yeah.
Like, people were making fun of me. They're like, whose jersey is that? Are you wearing your brother's jersey? Why are you wearing that?
And it probably was down to your ankles.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I hid under a
I would have
desk
thought
for a
people
while.
would assume that was cool.
No, I was really lame. People were really mean to me in elementary school, so it makes sense.
How about the dude who landed a backflip off a fence?
That's awesome.
He did that in front of his bros. Next thing, the chicks are coming by, and he tried to do it in front of the chicks. He broke his collarbone on contact with planet Earth.
I can't even imagine how much that hurt. This person tried to impress some friends on senior skip day, rolled his four-wheeler forward, blacked out, and the next thing he knew, one of his friends was driving home. Not good.
He blacked. See, like you were discussing earlier when you wiped out your dirt bike, you remained conscious.
Yes.
Which gives you the opportunity to save the situation. When you roll your four-wheeler and black out, you're just done. There's no, you can't say anything. You can't do anything to try and put some polish on that situation.
I'd almost prefer being blacked out so I can just avoid the embarrassment.
Yeah, 100%.
Not see the looks on people's faces.
How about a story from Missy and Donnie from high school? Donnie had a crush on Missy, big time. She was smoking hot. He couldn't get her attention. One day, Missy says to Donnie, "Hi, Donnie." He's been waiting for this, right? What's he say in return? She says, her name is Missy. She says, "Hi, Donnie." He says in return, "Hey, how you doing, Donnie?"
Nope.
He's thinking, F me, I'm Donnie.
Brewers and High Life Jesus was at a dance in high school, dancing with his crush. Def Leppard's Pour Some Sugar on Me starts playing.
Oh, what a nightmare.
He said he starts dancing. He's dancing horribly, he admits. And then when the shake it up part happens, as the lyrics are saying shake it up, he's thinking, well, I'm just going to pretend I'm shaking up a bottle.
Oh, no.
I did the movement, and everyone thought I was doing a masturbation hand movement.
Oh, my gosh. Why? Why would you do that?
See that? He's acting it out, and then the guy says, that day still haunts me 25 years later. Oh, man. I can picture myself.
That's terrible.
Heat of the moment. There's a lot of stress. There's a lot of nerves.
Yeah, you're exactly. He's dancing with this crush. He's trying to impress her. Look at this dance. I can pantomime what's going on. Oh, God, it looks like I'm masturbating.
According to one of our listeners, there was a girl at my junior high, and I loved her. He loved her.
Nothing like middle school love.
Right. It's serious.
He invited her. He invited her to go on a ride at the fun park. And they did. And he puked all over himself.
Oh, dude, it seems like that's not as big a deal, but we've mentioned this before. When we were kids, if you puked, you better change school district.
They'll kick your ass.
It was so different back then.
Yeah, that was not a big deal at all. When I
If
was
you
in school.
threw up in class or in the hallway, we gathered around you and we kicked your ass.
The only thing you can do in that moment is murder a person. That's how you save your cred. I don't know why, but throwing up, but you just didn't want to do it.
No.
Early
What do you mean you don't know why? Because we would beat them up.
Well, I know, but I don't know why that was such an issue back then.
Oh, yeah, I don't know why we treated vomiters that way.
I felt the same way.
Forbid somebody feels a little yucky.
I
know,
can't
it's
explain it
stupid.
either.
You're right, Ashley. It's so stupid.
My
but
gosh.
It was like when you watch wildlife videos and the lion preys on the weak caribou or whatever.
They're dehydrated, and there you are laughing in the corner.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that's how it was.
Early on my freshman year at St. Cloud State, we were drinking beers in the dorm, and this one girl in our dorm was one of the best-looking humans I've ever encountered in my life. And she said, hey, we should go for a run tomorrow morning. Do you want to go over on a jog with me? And I said, well, yes, of course. Because, again, she was absolutely gorgeous. We go on a run, and as soon as we start, I realize she has a different idea of what a run is. She mentions that she was the captain of her cross-country team.
Oh, boy.
I'm trying to keep pace. Also, we were drinking beers the night before. I end up puking everywhere.
Yeah, she's going on a real run, Dana.
Right. I thought it was going to be more of a flirty jog, actually. It was a serious run. I tried to keep up. I couldn't. I puked everywhere. But then guess what happened next? Friend zone.
Yeah, so fast.
You were put into the friend zone?
Yep.
I would assume the way you described her, you were already in the friend zone.
I might have already been there, but I
Yes.
think that just solidified my place in the friend zone Hall of Fame.
Made you feel a little better.
Yeah.
This person, Richard, was at a KFC, gave his pager number to a hot blonde. As he walked away, he ran into a half wall. She never paged.
I can picture that.
Bonk.
Yeah, I mentioned before I fell onto a table where folks were just trying to have dinner somewhere.
I love what you said.
That is
Wasn't it like
the
a nice
best
family
story
tour, too?
ever.
Yeah, it was at House of Comedy at Mall of America.
Oh.
And we were just going there. Maybe it was called a burger place at the time. I can't remember what it was, but yeah, I was there with my family, and I fell right into that table. So I bought 2 dinners that night. Theirs and ours.
All right, at least on my end, here's where I wrap up this conversation on horribly embarrassing yourself, humiliating yourself when you're in the process of trying to impress somebody. One of our listeners says, once I went to an awesome event called Toys for Tatas. I had a blast, but Nick pulled the, hey, Josh, you got a telephone call bit on me to break Josh out of our conversation.
Oh, I remember. We had a great conversation.
I've been thinking about that ever since, says Hammer Swinging Jesus.
No, he should know. That was fun. It was good getting to know him. I remember that.
You didn't look like you were having a good time getting to know him.
Well, I never look like I'm having a good time, even when I am. No, that was fun. We were talking back right next to the VIP area. Not the VIP area. What do they call that?
It's where you get the little
The champagne room.
Yeah, the champagne room. I remember.
So do I have to go back to the text messages that you sent me that said, get me out of this? Do the telephone call
He
bit.
knows I wasn't anywhere
I'm
near my
reading
phone.
them right now.
We can pull the security cam
December
footage, Josh.
20th,
Wow.
2025. Text from Josh. Get me out of this. This guy blows.
Sounds like Josh.
Next message. Do the telephone call bit. Please help. I thought we were friends. Next message was from 2 days later. It says, don't you hate Dana and Ashley? That's unrelated.
That'd be a crazy way to open up the conversation.
That was 2 days ago, not 2 days later.
We gotta go.
Good luck to UFO Mofo Jesus. He's got an interview today. Hope that goes well. Hot Mom Slayer Jesus texted in to compliment his wife. He said she has the ability to put up with him, and she has for the past 14 years. So happy anniversary to you guys. Goat Truckin' Jesus sends his congratulations to the bearded man in a Carpenter minivan Jesus for his new cargo carpentry van. F you to Hammer Swinging Jesus. Happy birthday to Lila, turning the big 05 today.
F you to who?
Hammer Swinging
Hey, Josh,
Jesus.
you got a telephone call.
Thank you so much. Please tell me it's Wade.
It is Wade.
We had fun. NBA Jesus texting a happy 12th to his son Reed. And to Abe, have a great birthday from Dad.
Half-assed morning show 93X.
Well, hello to all the wonderful podcasters out there, wherever in the world you're listening right now. We truly appreciate it. Dana here. Yeah, I'm a sports junkie, I'm a wing lover, and of course a Smart Club member because I trust my home comfort to Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, and I really think you should too. Right now it's HVAC Mania, and these deals will help offset the cost when your brackets get busted. You can score a $45 coupon on a furnace tune-up, normally $148. And no, it's never too late to show your furnace some love. And if your system's about to crash out like a 5-seat against a 12, now's the time to replace it on your schedule with 0% financing from Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. Go to standardheating.com and mention 93X. Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, providing the comfort you deserve since 1930.